Hello Hawks, welcome to the Gear Games October. We'll be looking at the best and finest League of Legends players throughout the TUP system. It is I, Cyanide, that will be your shoutcaster for today. And at my side, we'll be looking at a new face. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, guys. My name is Salvatore, and I am also one of the casters for TUP Gear Games 2021 today. It is an honor to be part of this organization.
And yes, and right now, we'll be looking at the TUP visa as well versus Lamok. And we can see earlier, nanood tayo kanina di ba Salvatore?
Yeah.
Nanood tayo kanina sa game ng Lamok. And it seems like Lamok is pretty doing a great job overall in terms of juggling or objectives or laning phase. They're really great and looking good. But I think they're really flawless. And as of TP Visayas, well, unfortunately, wala tayong napanood sa kanila. But achieving a semifinals on this tournament is not a pretty easy job to do. So, I think maganda ang mapapakita dito ng TP Visayas, well, against Salamok.
So macro gaming wise, no, napakalupit ng lamok from each lane. They had dominance in each category, especially in the jungle lane where electrical was able to help each lanes scale enough for the late game. He was the difference maker in every team fight, and I was hoping for electrical to be another significant damage dealer for this next game for Team Lamok. And TP Visayas, with all of their ranks in place, I'm seeing a lot of challengers and diamonds as well, as we are now in the banning phase for the semifinals of Game 1 of TUP Gear Games All 2021. And this is going to be a banger.
Indeed, a banger. But before we forget, special thanks to Agad Arena, the leading organization for campus gaming and esports education in the Philippines and also the whole Southeast Asia. Follow their Facebook page www.facebook.com/agadarena.gg for more updates. And without further ado, and let's go to the ban and pick phase of the first game of semifinals. And it seems like TUP Visayas, well, banned Irelia. First ban Irelia and on the other side, Yone. What do you think so far, Salvatore?
So I think they're banning all of the hyper carries that will help in early games, no? Kasi Aurelia has a really good early game, as well as Akali banned here right now. As we all know, Akali's damage and ratios are so much for the early game. Yung tipong kaya niya mag first blood in level 2 or level 3 as long as he macros it very well. And for as well as Yone, his early game damage is too good for early skirmishes. And I think this is going to be a smart ban, I should say, for Team Lamok. Lucian wise, the Lucian is a really good hyper carry ADC as well, with a very good early. I think TUP Visayas and Lamok are targeting early game champions because from as far as I know, like early game is one of the most important parts of the game where everyone gets to scale, everyone has the power to uh, uh, maneuver the game to something that into their favor, and I think this will be one of the edges. Like banning hyper carries will help them find another advantage to hopefully counter the meta or even counter their respective laners.
Yes, and as we can see, TUP Visayas, well, now just banned Dr. Mundo. And speaking of Dr.
My
Mundo,
God.
MVP si Log. Ginamit
Wait.
kasi Dr. Mundo kanina. And grabe boss fight siya. Well, may advantage yung katapat niya, which is Baby Maker. In clashes, Baby Maker is actually pretty great because of
Yeah.
his ultimate. He used cannon. But in terms of picking of Dr. Mundo, just keep on dreaming. Hindi nyo mapapatay si Dr. Mundo kahit ilan pa kayo. And that's it. As grabe ang advantage. Hinaras na ng hinaras si Kennen and 6-0 ang objective dito. Ay 6-6. 6 out of 6 ang objective dito ng Lamok. But right now, Yumi and Kaisa?
First
Oh my
pick
God.
Yumi. My God. Okay, Sir Cyanide, if you are familiar with Worlds 2021, like almost all of the teams in the knockout stage and group stage actually first pick Yubi just because of its presence when it comes to when it comes to ganking and when it comes to roaming. like the significant heal from Yumi, pairing it up with an assassin jungler or even an engage reliant jungler. Yumi is the best to pair it from almost any champion meta jungler in the game. So this was a smart pick. First picking Yumi, and it was different for like TUP Visayas to not capitalize the Yumi pick, but I think with the Thresh, with a hard CC of Thresh, and hopefully the plays that we will be able to astonish in this game, this is going to be a good fight so far.
Indeed, great fight. Pero, Yumi, I think pwede na siya magluto ng pancit canton dito. Suisho, pwede ka na magluto ng pancit canton. Because Yumi, honestly, hindi siya mechanically reliant na champion. Just press Q, W, E, or you can do anything. Lalo na sobrang lakas ng heal dito ni Yumi. But, yes, on the other side, as you have said earlier, Thresh, hard CC yan, Graves, hard burst, and yung misfortune kanina, sayang yung misfortune kanina ni Volt. Hindi talaga nila kinaya yung lamok. Ganda ng mga ultimate niya, pero kulang yun para ma-bridge yung gap nila sa lamok. And right now, Tamkench, a pretty tanky. Once again, pretty tanky top lane coming from MVP Silog. They're banning now Syndra and Xin Xiao para sa lamok. And on the other side, they banned Olaf and Talon.
I think this is going to be a great
nila yung jungle, no?
Yeah, because we don't know we don't know what's going to happen with the jungle of TUP Visayas, with the ban of Olaf. But I think for the Xin Xiao, I think they're trying to ban a lot of a new deer on Gear Games. Really? Okay, electrical lock on Udyr. The deer is now open for the game. I hope the gates will be open for the side of Lamok. This is an off meta pick actually. Like this is a good pairing from Yumi as well. I think this is going.
Yeah. I think competitive scene, Udyr is not a pretty great pick.
Yes.
Sa competitive scene, sa tournament scene, pero sa rank matches, Udyr is a pretty great champion.
Yeah.
Lalo na pag nagamit siya na maayos, the push is there, the tanginess is there. I mean, Udyr is an all-in-one. The damage, the tanginess, the movement speed, everything about in the game is all about Udyr, actually. Pero on the other side, sinasabi mo nga si Graves na mukhang magiging top lane nga siya.
Yeah.
Kasi bago ako actually nag-stop kasi ako mag-League of Legends. And bago ako mag-stop, Graves usually is in jungle. He's dominating in jungle. Pero nung pagkabalik ko, Graves is now on top lane. What the heck happened? Pero ayan, I think Graves pick is a pretty flexible pick para sa akin.
With the recent buffs to the system and with the buffs to Immortal Shield Bow and the Collector, like Graves has a really good win rate right now with a 51%, I believe. So, and as well as he's being picked on tournament grounds right now. So I think this is a really smart pick for a Graves. So I think the teams are not going to be swapping their champions right now, and it looks like this is going to be the final as TUP Visayas are now representing their champions. Rafi Tulfo with Graves and Lion One with Trundle. Mugiwara with Malzahar, La Flame with Misfortune, and XPP with Thresh.
Yes, but on the other side, Suisho with the Yumi, a pretty late pick, a Dwarfihi with the Kaisa. Kung makikita mo man yung comment section natin, grabe, ang daming fan dito ni Dwarfihi. But MVP Silog with the Tamkench, Electrical with the Udyr, and MVP Melon with the Kassadin. And mukhang madami ditong taga-MVP. Mukhang yung iba dito, mga retired collegiate players na. Lalo na si Dwarfy, kaya madami nakakilala dyan. But before we forget, once again, special thanks to TUP Gear, the dedicated esports organization in the TUP. Watch out for the updates on their pages and look out for the hawks that are ascending into the skies.
Amazing. That was amazing. But okay, as we speak right now, we are now waiting for the spectator delay. But I am so excited for the first semifinals game of Gear Games 2021. And I want to see in the comments what are our viewers pick right now. If you want to see TUP Visayas win, can I see a hashtag TUPV win? Or for Team Lamok, can I see a LMK win? So tingnan natin kung sino talaga mga Dwarfy fanboys dito and Dwarfy fangirls, and this is going to be fun because two teams are really competitive right now. From what I see with Team Lamok and with how with what the ranks of TP Visayas is, this is going to be a fun game.
Indeed, will be fun. Pero ngayon, gusto lang kita kamustahin. Ano nararamdaman mo sa first shoutcast mo dito sa TUP Gear?
Honestly, Sir Cyanide, kahit may experience na ako sa pag-shoutcast, yung gantong setting, nakakaba pa din. Kasi, may kita ng mga tao pwede akong magkamali. Like, nakikita ng mga tao na pwede akong mag-slip up. But this is a good testing grounds for me kasi shoutcasting is one of my passions. That's why I joined the organization in the first place. But I would say I have more butterflies in the stomach more than the pressure I'm enduring right now. So this is really good for me. Shoutcasting wise, I would say I'm gonna be doing great, but there are gonna be some minor slip ups. But I think that would be minimal naman. Pero this is good for me, Sir Cyanide. And pwede ba ako bumate, Sir Cyanide? I'm seeing a lot of my friends. So, hello everybody. I would like to give a shout out for John Michael Palma. Hello mga pre. Mr. Neil, mga tropa ko po to sa mga Discord servers. So my classmates, Mr. Eugene Dabon, Mr. Luke Hiccup Batad, my guys, my significant other, Rebecca Lynn Straight. Hello. Salamat sa pagpapanood. Pumasok ka ng synchronous mo. And hello. Thank you for tuning in to Gear Games.
And Cyanide, may multo daw sabi ni John Melvin kanya mo. Mukhang meron pang meron pang time para mag-comment sa stream tong si Melon Si Melon kasi yan.
Mabilis mag-altab, sir.
Mabilis mag-altab, indeed.
Alam na alam.
Yung mga players dito, actually, familiar na sila sa akin. Kasi syempre, medyo matagal tayo sa TUP Gear and hindi maiwasan may pagsalamuha sa mga players and also the community. And please share the stream and also follow the page of TUP Gear for more updates about our tournaments or the future events na mangyayari. And medyo teaser lang yung kanina, Ascending into the Skies.
Ano kaya yun, Sir Cyanide? Pero Sir Cyanide, ikaw, ngayon sa laban ba natin, ano ba ang pambato mo dito?
Well, hindi ako pwedeng mapumili kasi pag pumili ako, magiging bias ako. So, madami pa naman dyang sasabihin na bias daw dyan sa comment section. Pero, bago yun, James Garcia, shoutout sa'yo. Babalik ka pa ba sa loyal scene? Hello.
Shoutout kay Christian Paul Altar, napakalupit nating production manager. Sana all daw may shoutout. Shoutout sa'yo, Lukta. Love you, pre.
Choy Raboy, hello mga sir, Bebe Time, coming from... I actually don't know what character that is, sorry. Hindi ko mabasa pangalan mo. Matanda ka na kasi sa Cyanide Diaz? Do?
Gaano katanda?
Depende. Depende.
to be determined.
To be determined.
Shoutout kay Carlo Jerome Pagarigan. Shoutout sa buong BSCPT1F. Mahal na mahal ko kayo. Thank you for pushing me to do the shoutcasting. Sila talaga yung nag-push sa akin na dapat kunin ko tong organization na to para ma-improve pa yung shoutcasting ko. I love you all. Thank you guys. And shoutout sa mga hindi ko pa nababanggit. Kilala nyo na mga sarili nyo, mahal na mahal ko kayo.
A lovely greeting coming from Salvador right there. Melon fanboy coming from De La Cruz of Fabul. Pa-shoutout po sa tropa kong nasa Dubai.
Shoutout sa Outcast. Okay, shoutout sa Outcast nga pala, Outcast server. I love you guys. And we are now commencing Game 1 of TUP Gear Games 2021 as we are now inside Summoner's Rift and we are now waiting for what's happening, and this is already a pause. What is this pause?
Kailangan nila I think yung pause na to para i-make sure yung setting nila is actually pretty great. And walang mangyayaring difficulties habang naglalaro sila kasi everything can happen habang nagka-clash kayo and sana naman hindi malubat yung mouse mo habang nagdi-DR fight kayo or something like that. But right now we'll be looking at this game. It is TUPV Well versus Lamok that did a pretty great job on defeating I forgot the team name of I think it was Apes together strong.
Yes,
But
yes
I
sir.
think Lamox together is strong.
Yes, considering na lamok lang sila, no, tas mga gorilla mga kalaban nila. Sila pa yung nag-SWAT sa mga gorilla. Baliktad Sir Cyanide. But that was a game that was so much to remember. Dami nangyari doon as looks like TUP Visayas are now going to the death push right now as they're now opting to put some significant pressure on the top lane as yun na nga Sir Cyanide. Uh,
Yes.
this grave stop is gonna do some this grave stop is gonna do some significant damage to the Tom Kench early game wise. But when it boils down to the level 4, may level 4 power spec kasi ang Tom Kench.
Mhm.
From my experience laning with Tom Kenches, their ability to do damage and their ability to peel for the jungler is amazing. I commend all Tom Kench players out there. But it looks like minions have spawned, and in a few minutes, battle is gonna commence.
Yes. Onting shoutout lang galing kay Paul Nelson Dumigpe. Shoutout po kay Matty. Oops, di mo ako mabibait dyan, Paul Nelson Dumigpe.
Kita ko rin yung Sir
Just a
Sided.
little tease right there. But Udyr is now starting onto the blue side of their map, or blue buff on their map, and meanwhile Trundle is starting on the red side. And it seems like Malzahar versus Cassidy in the parehas Void ang kanilang champion.
Yeah.
I don't think na may advantage dito ang isa't isa. Tignan mo, nagkakatradean lang sila, walang nangyari sa buhay. Kaya I think it will be a pretty stable lane para dito sa ating mid.
Yeah, this is going to be a passive lane in the mid lane. Jungle-wise, magkakatagpo ng Scuttle Crab yan kasi pareho sila nag-start sa yung blue team nag-start sa bottom side and yung red team nag-start sa ano. And meanwhile, on the bottom line, Dwarfy is on a whole lot of trouble as he flashes. Sums down for Dwarfy. Going to be a heal down for Suishu as well, as Dwarfy was in a whole lot of trouble right now. Dwarfy is now low, but XPP is low as well. But that was a good trade coming in from TUP Visayas. And as I said, no, jungler-wise, no, and clearing, no, mas naunang Trundle natin as XPP flashes, flash plays, and Death Sentences. Suishu is in a whole lot of trouble. First blood for the Misfortune. That was an amazing sequence for the bot lane duo of LaFlame and XPP as Dwarfy is in a trouble. Level 2. There's going to be a double kill from LaFlame. That was crazy.
That was indeed crazy. The early double kill coming from the bot side. LaFlame is being the flame of this match, so putting a stop onto the dominant bot lane of the Lamok. But right now, I think it's a 1.2k gold lead coming from the blue side. What a nice advantage, early game advantage coming from the TUP Visayas right there.
Yeah, so the clearing times of TUP Visayas was able to capitalize really well as now Enlightened One is now in the jungle of Electrical right now. But clearing times, no, mas nagulat ako na mas nakapag-clear ng mabilis yung Trundle considering I don't know what stance is Electrical doing right now, but Electrical is now gagging onto the top lane as now quick draws Rafi Tulfo dodges the knockup as he now is running away. Bear stance is gonna stun Rafi Tulfo, and here comes Enlightened One. Electrical is low. MVP Sulog takes down Rafi Tulfo right now. 2v1 situation dito mga kaibigan. Enlightened One is running away. This is going to be a stun coming in from Silog, and that's going to be a 1-for-0 trade from the top lane.
Indeed, a 1-for-0, and also TP and Flash coming from Rafi Tulpo is now burned, as well as the Flash of the Trundle. Enlightened One is now gone. And on the other side, Flash lang. Galing kay Electrical ang nawala. And i-analyze ko lang yung jungle pathing dito ni Udyr. Hindi mas mabilis si Trundle. But mas madaming camp na clear dito si Electrical. As you can see in the bot side of the map, wala nang camps dito si Electrical, and pati na rin sa top side. 'Di ba? Pero ayun na nga, Salvatore, nagkakaroon na nga ng clash sa bot side. Sino kaya mangyayari? And mukhang mamamatay na nga si Dwarfy in the hands of Thresh x SPP, making it 3-1 in the kills. What a nice kill. What a nice performance coming from the bot side.
XPP is trying to make a Mad Life style of montage right now in the bot lane. Sadly, di natin nakita yung engage sa bot lane. But that was a really good engage coming in from XPP as there is now a Scuttle Crab duel, I should say, in the bot lane as Electrical is running away and Enlightened One is trying to secure the Scuttle Crab. But it's going to be from the side of, I don't know, it was hard to deter, but Electrical is running away and he is now out from the Blast Cone.
I think it was the blue side who got the Scuttle Crab right there. But Dwarfy, he What a nice pause.
Another pause.
Aba, mukhang
May
mali yung
inuto
timing ng pause.
may inutusan na naman.
Oo,
May
may inutusan na naman.
inutusan. So I think electrical secured the Scarab Crab kasi nag-level 4 siya and level 3 pa lang si Enlightened One. But we'll never know. Pero meanwhile, a 1,000 gold lead coming in from TUP Visayas, and it looks like CS Wise. My God, look at the CS lead from the Misfortune to the Kaisa. A lot of denied lanes, a lot of denied minion waves are being down coming in from Team Lambok as XPP hooks down Dwarfy. But Dwarfy is doing a really bad job staying healthy in the lane because he's being pressured too much by the threat.
But alam naman natin kung gaano ka nakaka-pressure si Trash. Onting casting lang ng hook niya, you'll be forced to back out. Pero in the top side, I think kaya pa naman siguro ni Silog mag-stall ng game to the point na makapag-pop off si Dwarfy, but because Dwarfy is actually a pretty good player, and pag dumating to ng late game, hindi niya maiwasan na matalo, lalo na pag si Dorothy yung kalaban nyo. Pero, right now in the top lane, it's pretty silent lane in the top. Meanwhile, in mid, only trades here and there.
Yeah.
Tinry dito gumank ni X, what is his name again? X as a PP. Tinry niya mag-gank dito, but unfortunately for him, it's warded. And tumatambay siya sa bush na warded.
So kind of like you said, Mr. Cyanide, yung mid lane dito is sobrang passive because of the Q shield coming in from the Kassadin and as well as the passive from the Malzahar. So their trades are gonna be like 1-for-1, like one ability for each. So it's not gonna be significant as SPP is now going down to the bot lane as we are gonna see a hook coming down from Suishu. Suishu is caught and does a lot of damage coming in from La Flame. La Flame is now 3-0 with 150 gold bounty.
150 or maybe the 300.
Yeah, the 300
bounty.
My God. Okay, Electrical is now caught. 3 members of TFP Visayas are now killing Electrical right now. Plays back. Enlightened One takes down Electrical, and they are now opting for Dragon right now, Sir Cyanide. As for the early game, it looks like TUP Visayas is capitalizing all of the advantages they want.
Yeah, this is a 5-1 in an early game. It's a pretty bad news para dito sa ating Team Lamok. But still, sa late game, I think sa side dito ng blue side, wala sila masyadong late game champions. And on the other side, we can see Kassadin. We all know Kassadin is a late game champion as well as Kaisa. And sa late game rin, si Yumi, the heals are pretty great. But still, titingnan natin kung papabutin pa ba ito ng late game ng TUP Visayas.
I think from the scaling of La Flame and how Enlightened One is scaling, hopefully this will end at around 30-minute mark with their opting for objectives right now as Rift Herald is now spawning, and I think Enlightened One is now passing to the top lane right now, and I think Electrical is now opting to gank from the bottom lane as bot lane is now being pushed. XPP engages. What an amazing hook coming in from the W from the Yumi. Suishu is now being caught, but meanwhile Electrical is now on the bot lane. He's running away. The Deer is now on the bot lane. The heal is now activated coming in from the La Flame, and a flash coming in from XPP is now down. Electrical takes down SPP, but here's come a counter engage from Enlightened One. Dwarfy is now running away. Enlightened One takes down Dwarfy. A flash down coming in from the
Oh, the double TP coming from the red side is
Kaisa
there.
right now. Electrical is very low right now. What's going to be a damage? My goodness, La Flame takes down Electrical. This is a 3v3 Fiesta on the bot lane. Enlightened One is low. Melon takes down Trondo. A shutdown coming in from Silog. That is so significant from Silog as he is now a lot of gold in his bank. A double kill from Silog. And that was an amazing respo coming in from Lamok.
Yes, another great clash coming from the Lamok. 8-5 in our kills. Oh, the hook coming from XSPP is pretty great. Kanina pa niya pinapakita itong hook niya. Yes, the first kill, the PM, the sticker is there. Pero titingnan natin na kung ano mangyari dito. And actually, a pretty great job. Triple kill or 3-0 para dito kay Tamkench. Mukhang liliit na lang dito yung gap dito ng TP Visayas, but meanwhile in the top lane it's Electrical versus Rafi Tulpo, and mukhang hindi na makarespo dito sa Enlightened One because the two decided to disengage on that one.
So Electrical was fighting a level 8 Rafi Tulfo, so I think the trades was not significant. Rafi Tulfo was barely taking any damage from the Phoenix stance of Electrical, and it looks like a lead coming in from the mid lane from Melon as he's now 20 CS lead coming in from Melon from the mid lane. From this passive lane, no, nakakapag-scale pa rin si Melon. And from the hooks of SPP, I think this is gonna be the difference maker from SPP, as that was an amazing hook as the Yumi was traveling from Dwarfy, you know. Napakalupit nun. Gumagawa ng montage to sa loob ng tournament. I think that was illegal as SPP hooked down Dwarfy inside of the turret right now. Make It Rain is doing not enough damage, but that's going to be a heal from Suishu as he's now being sustained for the mid lane, and it looks like a trade coming in from Mugiwara from Melon as Melon is now low. I think this is going to be a back from Melon right now.
But right now, 1.5 gold lead coming from TUP Visayas. Medyo malaki yun para sa late game. But still, MVP Silog,
My
rather.
God!
Oh no, the ultimate coming from the Miss Fortune is super good, but decided to cancel it out as Yumi casted her ultimate. 8-5 in her scores, and no kills happened in that clash.
PP is not missing with the death sentences. I think he's on point with the hooks right now. We are seeing another living embodiment of mad life in the bot lane right now. This man is so good with his Kindle gem, with his ability haste. I think his hooks are really good right now. He can hook as much as he wants as Electrical is trying to opt for gank on the bot lane, but he's now being cancelled as there is a ward right there. SPP is trying to engage Electrical. I think there's going to be a respo coming in from Mugiwara right now, but that's going to be a back from the side of Lambok.
Yes, but the RH, the Reef Herald has now been spawned in the bot lane, and mukhang mahihirapan dito yung Lamok mag-def ng tower nila, but they got 3 members on the bot side. They got TP? No, they don't have TP right now, at mukhang kailangan nila ibigay itong tower na to as a Reef Herald destroyed the tower in the bot lane.
A 4,000 gold lead coming in from TUP Visayas right now. They are dominating from each lane of the game with their Thresh, and especially with their 5-1 Misfortune as engaged from Silog, as now he's being damaged down by Rapi Tulfo. Rapi Tulfo is now running away from his life with a smoke screen, and that's going to be a bad engage coming in from Silog. And the lead is on the hands of TUP Visayas right now, and they're serving this lead pretty well.
Indeed, but the Dragon is now up, and I think it's a pretty bad decision for the bot side of Lamok to go back to base, as it's an objective. Obviously, hindi mo dapat ibigay yan. Pero let's see kung anong mangyayari dito. And the blue side, the TUP Visayas is now preparing for the Dragon. The wards are there, and I think it's a pretty easy and non-contested Dragon coming from the TUP Visayas.
In 13 minutes, I should say, we already have 2 mythic item holders from TUP Visayas. Leflame has been the Kraken Slayer, and Enlightened One has now the Gore Drinker as Silog engages from the top lane, trying to kill Tulfo, uses the collateral damage to dodge any coming counter attacks. But that is going to be a good escape coming in from Rapi Tulfo, but a burnt ult is not enough. I think this is going to be good as they're now taking down the mid lane turret. With a lot of money on their hands, TUP Visayas are now single-handedly taking over this game.
Kung kinabahan na ako dun sa hook dun ni XSPP, muntik tumama.
Wala na. Buntik lang, pero di papayag si Lolo of Legends doon. Di payag ang muntik lang. Kailangan tatama talaga. But that's going to be 4,000 gold lead coming in from TUP Visayas as 2 dragons are now being taken down by TUP Visayas. With the Cloud and the Mountain right now. As we all know, the Mountain is giving some significant resistances as the Flame is, Suishu is now caught by the Flame, I should say. And they're now taking down the Scuttle Crab for any vision score they want, and especially as gold.
Yes, and we are seeing an Infernal Drake soul coming from this game. Pero, if the Lamok manages to get the soul or the Infernal Soul, it will be a reverse card coming from them. Lalo na si Kaisa, Kassadin, high damage champions are there, and will be dealing a pretty great damage in the late game. Pero sa ngayon, hindi pa nila magagawa yun ng maayos. But let's see kung ano magagawa dito nila. Flame Electrical, wala siya nagawa doon. Nakala ko
Yeah.
magagank siya doon eh, pero I think La Flame smelled it out, kaya napaback na siya. And meanwhile, Rafi Tulfo, mukhang
No, he's
mamamatay
caught.
na naman si Rafi Tulfo dito. The flash is there, the airborne has been dodged, the TP coming from the both sides is there, and Rafi Tulfo will be dead in the hands of Tom Kench. Kinaya na nga si Udi dito, mukhang mali yung ginawa niya doon. Low hit na nga dito si Malzahar, and Melon will get the kill. 8-6 in our score, 1-0 in the trades. Miss Fortune will get a kill onto MVP Melon, but MVP Silog is the only one left for this team. And what a nice hook
Amazing
coming from
hook!
SSPP! Double kill para dito kay Love Flame, 10-6 in our scores, and the advantage will still go to the TUP Visayas.
SPP cancels SPP cancels the blink coming in from Silog as the tower is being taken down from being damaged by the tower from Silog. That was an amazing death sentence from SPP, which shows why he's the best Thresh right now. This man is amazing. That was a good clash from TUP Visayas as they're now hoping to take down the tower of the top lane, but it looks like 3 members of Lamok says otherwise as they're now engaging from the top lane right now, being spotted down by a ward. Electrical's trying to engage in, but the damage I think is going to be too much coming in from La Flame. The Q is not going to be so much, but that ulti was whipping so hard right now. That was a bad engage coming in from from Lamok, I should say, but that was an amazing sequence of events from TUP Visayas.
Indeed, a pretty great sequence of events, and on top of that, it is the Rio of Herald. In the end, ang makukuha nila, I think, nabaliktad dito ng TUP Visayas yung ginawa ng Lamok last game. It is actually a 4-0 in objective right now. But let's see, Melon versus Rafi Tulfo. What a nice trade coming from Rafi Tulfo right there. And I think Melon still want to get it, and the contest is there. The ultimate has been casted, but I think mabilis lang naman yung cooldown dito ng SS ni Graves. So, not a bad trade para kay Rafi Tulfo.
Definitely not a bad trade, Mr. Cyanide, as Enlightened One is now hoping for another Rift Herald right now as they're taking down any vision that Lamok is now being placed down by the top lane right now.
Wait, mukhang natawa ako kasi si Donnie,
Bakit?
nagko-comment pa si Donnie dito Grabe, nice comeback daw. Akala ko nga dito si Donnie, akala ko maglalaro siya kasi last time siya yung naglaro dito sa Lamok. But right now, I think pahinga siya kasi graduate na nga siya. May veteran tayo dito na nanonood.
The hints na the whoops masyado ng smurping yun, Lodi Cake. So okay lang yan. Pero it's okay that you're supporting your own team, Mr. Danny, Amazing shoutout sa'yo. Shoutout sa'yo, kapatid. Coming back from the ball game, A lot of gold lead right now. At least a 6,000 gold lead coming in from TUP Visayas right now. And my God, 7-1 from the Misfortune with a 550 gold bounty. This man is the support is serving him well right now. It looks like there's going to be an engage. Pillars now being thrown down by Enlightened One as they are now hoping to get the dragon right now. And
is this the contest on dragon or maybe not? Electrical is now rewarding that one, but napakabilis nga talaga ng objective dito ng blue side. And I think if this pace continues, it's actually a GG right now. Kasi ganun kabilis yung objective ng blue team and walang time para mag-contest dito yung Lamok. But right now, the Reef Herald has been spawned on mid and the pressure is now hard coming from Team Lamok, and TUP Visayas is doing a pretty good job right now. The death sentence is there. Mugiwara will get the kill. The ultimate coming from Misfortune. Malzahar double kill right there and triple kill. No, XSPP will get a kill onto Silog. But right there, I think this is a GG right now.
GG?
GG, 20 minutes? Hello?
Oh my God, even before 20 minutes, Sir Cyanide, as they're now taking down next turret number 1. It's only Melon alive, but that's not going to be enough as he's the only one. 5 members is too much for the side of Melon right now. Before 20 minutes, 19-minute mark, TUP Visayas takes the game. What an amazing display of skill from TUP Visayas. Good game.
Good game indeed. Mukhang mapapaaga yung pag-uwi ko dito or yung pag-gota ko sa Axie Wait, 20-minute mark. It's over before even 20-minute mark rather. And actually, nice job para dito sa TUP Visayas. And I think sila yung magiging favorite ko for this tournament. Pero, on the other side, titingnan natin yung lower bracket, which is Juice X Machina versus, ang pangat na ni Burnackles 2.0. I
Ba,
think,
even legal ba sabihin yun, Sir Cyanide?
I,
Legal.
I actually don't know. Bakit may nayagan to? TUP Gear, hello?
UP Gear, hello knock knock. Bakit kasi yung team na ito, yung lamok matatanggap ko pa pero bakit ito yung pangalan ng lower bracket na team? Pero
Well,
nonetheless, that was a good game from TUP Visayas, and I hope
yeah.
the next bracket will topple what skill TUP Visayas gave.
Yes, before a 6-minute break, tingnan muna natin dito yung match results. Rafi Tulfo, buong game actually tahimik lang yung lane niya or tahimik lang yung pace niya. So forming, kaya 0-1 lang siya. Actually, obvious yun. Pero on the other side, it is La Flame. 8-1. 8-1-6. Pretty dominating AD carry right there. And grabe, solid. Tingnan nga natin yung damage dealt nila. Makikita ba yung damage dealt nila?
Hopefully makita natin damage dealt, no? Kasi si Rapi
Ano
Tulfo tahimik sa lane because Lamok thought that he was going to be a significant difference maker from TUP Visayas, but oh my god, the damage charts is look at this guy. There is a reason why this man is 7-1. La Flame dealing 11,000 damage, more than the bot lane of Lamok combined. What does this tell you, Mr. Cyanide?
Well, yeah, XSPP is a great support. Ayun na lang masasabi
Definitely.
ko. Death sentences are really perfect for this game. He managed to get all the opportunities given to him. And I think ayun yung naging factor para magkaroon ng damage na ganito si Miss Fortune, which is sila Flame. Pero I think that concludes the first game of the semifinals, ending TUP Visayas dominating the upper bracket, and I think we'll move on to the lower bracket, which is Juice X Machina versus
Yes.
yes.
Oo. Yes.
Um,
The team.
the team. But before that, let's proceed to the short break, short 6-minute break right there. So I'll see you again soon.
See you guys.
Drip check. Uy, nakakasir ka. Sexy mo, Melon. Kailangan may hangin na pumapasok na.
Kamukha mo pala si H2. Mas guwapo version. Pag nakita ni Mika si Miko, naku po, Mika, connection.
Side, dalawa. Ito. Elbow.
I want How versus USD final. It's Go versus Blast.
Oh, next season wala lang pareho. Punta Division C. Division Cancer.
Division D, pagtukan. Default.
Isang heaven.
City sa heaven, dalawang city sa heaven, sure.
Nice one.
We won. GG guys!
Okay, this is the greatest battle of history, guys. This was undefeated.
Siguro ay mag-test lang.
Nice, amen. Pa-flash ka sa wine.
Yanagi, my best friend.
Sana magka-relationship din ako, Malatins and Kylie. Kahit yun lang po. Kami nilang Kylie. Miri!
Ganyan na yung wall ko. Medyo risky.
Wait. Kung may heal.
Pushing out. Wala, let's ako, still.
Ay, fuck! Napatay pa ako.
Wait lang, flash.
Oh my god, you're popping up, brother! 139, Piyok. Pumiyok.
Yeah. I play here, Bigo. I will one tap on you.
Then sometimes luck is bad luck talaga. Then you have to turn exit luck. Pero ngayon wala.
You have to turn what?
Exit luck. Exit luck! Nagkakagising ko lang. Ayun ko pa no. 5. Hello? 6 yung game.
Hello?
So mga hindi pa nag-register sa mga nag-register na kayo.
Kayo naman gusto dyan.
Ayusin nyo ayusin nyo
Tag 21 good.
Did you just debug me?
Yep.
Flashing na ako.
Asan to?
Evan.
Nice!
Let's go! We in, boys! We in!
Let's go, boy! Kung ko lang yung maki. Kung ko pala maki. Ha? Hindi ko siya akad na rin. Yung background niya lang sa counter.
Camera? Hindi ako hindi. Lahat tayo mag-trip, no? Di shitty, eh. Cash shitty.
Wala.
Offer. Kill it!
Nothing. Ready? Let's go. Last guy. Woo! Easiest money of my life.
106.
How? How next? How?
next?
How it? I'll see you how.
Yes, sir. Habulito is here.
Our content team is here. Let's go. I'm coming. 3, 2.
Ayan na.
Sa C9 free kasi. Let's go. Let's go.
Close kay Marco sa kaliwa lang. Nice!
Let's go.
Bully.
Arbor. Oh, wait lang. Out ko lang, baby. Chill. Daddy, chill.
Isang backfill lang.
I love you, Ian.
One tap na naman ako. Wala naman. Kasama ko din ang one tap.
Tara, Asim.
FID
special.
Pushing.
I go! Nice one! Let's go!
Dalawa yung binataras. Not sure ah.
Nice.
Smoke ko.
3v1. Paubayin nyo.
Hello guys, we are back at it again, and right now we are actually pretty feeling good kasi ang ganda nga ng game, or ang ganda ng pinakita ng TUP Visayas kanina. And actually on the event that we're preparing right now, TUP Visayas is one of the teams na sasali doon, and mukhang maganda yung pinapakita nila ngayon, and nakikita ko yung preparation nila masyadong maaga and masyadong malakas.
Kitang-kita naman sa mga rank nila, Sir Sainid. Dalawa sa kanila challenger. Like, yung ganong experience, yung ganong title pa lang, alam mo nang passion niya na yung paglalaro ng LoL. Mechanics-wise, alam niya lahat. Timers and things. Macro, napakalupit ng mga challengers nung TUP Visayas. And it shows. They dominated the first game of the semifinals. They defeated Lamok with a significant lead on the gold, significant lead on the towers and objectives, and lanes-wise, they were all around.
Indeed and all around. And right now, mukhang pwede sila magpahinga and pwede nila pag-aralan kung ano yung mga gagawin dito ng mga kalaban nila. Kung sino man manalo dito. And it is actually just Ex Machina versus oo. Ayun, oo. BNK. BNK. Tago na natin sila sa pangalan na yun. Pero I'm seeing a familiar IGNs right here, familiar names, which is si James, Palafox, MVP Bean, obviously, and si Click, si Bidek, nandyan na rin. But on the other side, hindi ko sila masyado kilala, except kay Ilra, I think he played once or twice sa event na Tipiga or sa tryouts. Pero, that's it.
Si, ano ba sir, Cyanide? Si Bin, si Dwarfy, tsaka si Silog magkakakilala. They all have the same clan tags.
Actually, MVP is actually the team of Gearhawks. Pero kasi si Dwarfy and Bean decided to retire na in the collegiate scene. So, hindi na talaga sila player ng Gearhawks. But Silog is still a player of the TUP. Actually, maganda yung pinapakita niya kanina. Ayun na yun. Pero, on the other side, di ko rin unexpect na matatalo ng TUP Visayas yung lamok. Pero, expect the unexpected. Ika nga.
It was already good enough that Lamok reached to the semifinals of this team with a really stacked bracket right now. And I commend Bin, Silog, and Dwarfy for keeping their flags raised by playing League of Legends, keeping the MVP tag, no? Salute to them. And we are now waiting for the next game of the semifinals between Deus Ex and Team BNK. And what are we going to expect, Sir Cyanide? What are going to be your picks, and what's going to be the significant difference makers of each team?
I think a significant difference, I think it will be the mid lane. Kasi MVP being a pretty good mid laner. Kasi si Melon kanina, yung MVP Melon, hindi naman siya mid eh. So, top lane talaga siya. Pero nag-overlap yung lane ni Silog pati ni Melon. So, I think Melon as a senior or as a captain decided to adjust for the team. And, ayun, siguro, ayun yung isang naging factor. Pero, sa game na to, MVP Bean as mid lane is actually a pretty great one on that lane. On top of that, si James, naglalaro rin yan sa Gearhawks dati. Pero since MVP na nga lang ang meron niya yun, hindi na rin siya varsity. Si Click, retired na rin yan. Matanda na kasi yan si Click eh. Tanda na yan eh. Dapat nga graduate na yan si Click eh.
Pero considering na Melon role swap from top to mid lane, he did pretty well on the 2 games that we saw him. No? He held his own, but the mid lane from TUP with size was too much for him. Pero the first game he played when he was playing Silas, there were some plays that the viewers weren't able to see, but for us casters, they were really good, coming from Melon. As the first ban from these X is a Thresh. I mean, may Thresh main ba sa BNK? I think they were watching the games of TP Visayas. I think they banned the wrong champion. They banned champion for the wrong team. But this
I think kasi sa honestly ang Gear Games is actually a pretty small tournament. So mindless banning is actually common sa mga ganitong tournaments kasi hindi mo naman kilala yung mga kalaban mo. Pero ayun nga, I think napipressure lang talaga sila sa Thresh and Lucian kaya nila binan yan. I think they're focusing on the bot lane na bans and picks. So I think bot lane ang aabangan natin dito sa XGS Machina.
So what's going to be an alternative now that the hard carry support and bot laner has now been banned with Lucian and Thresh, and as well as on the top lane side, they're banning Graves and Sett. They're banning meta champions that is going to do some significant effect when it comes to early game, because Graves, without even having hard CC, just a smoke screen is already enough for any jungler to engage. for set naman, his true damage coming in from the W is too much to endure. I know a lot of set players out there that abuse health build Seth. When it comes to late game, it was so good, and a hard engaged support is now banned as well from BNK, as they are now banning Leona. And what's going to be the first pick from these X? It's going to be a Wukong, probably up top or mid lane. So Sir Cyanide, take it away.
Wukong and tournament. Parang pick ni Odin kanina. Competitive scene, Wukong is not a pretty great pick. Pero sa mga rank matches, Wukong is actually a pretty great champion. Kasi with his third skill and Q combo, makakabawas siya ng makabawas. Lalo na pag mage yung kalaban niya. It's actually a pretty great champion in the mid lane. Pero, titingnan natin kung ano yung gagamitin dito ni Bin. Alistar ang first pick dito ng BNK, which is actually a great support. So I think the tank spot or the front lines is now been locked in on the side of BNK, and also
Lee
the
Sin.
jungle Lee Sin.
My main. Sir Cyanide, if I may, I want to give a little known fact. I peaked at Diamond 4 maining Lee Sin. I currently have 267,000 points with Lee Sin. That not to be bragging, pero I'm so excited to see Team BNK showcase a Lee Sin montage inside of this tournament right now. And I'm seeing a ongoing trend with the games right now. Considering 2 games, we've already seen first pick supports from the side. So I just want to ask, like, bakit ganun yung gameplay nila? Like, or are they first picking supports? And from the side of Deus Ex, Xin Xiao is now locked this is going to be a great comp coming in from Deus Ex with a lot of damage coming in from mid to late game.
Xin Xiao, I think it's a jungle. Actually, a counter to ni Lee Sin, no? Kung tama ako, kasi main mo nga pala si Lee Sin. So,
Yes, sir.
Xin Xiao as your opponent in the jungle, I think counter ni Xin Xiao to eh. Kasi the ultimate, if I'm not mistaken, the ultimate of Xin Xiao may be able to disengage in front of Lee Sin.
Yes,
Kasi
sir.
Lee Sin is actually a close range champion. So, kung mapapalayo lang to ni Xin Xiao, actually, it will be a pretty good job para sa kanya. And on top of that, hindi lang si Lee Sin yung mga counter niya, as well as Alistar and Yone. But Yone, on other hand, has many skills to engage, to go in and out of the clashes. So, I think sa side dito ng X-Just Machina, I think he can counter Lee Sin and Alistar at the same time. Pero kay Yone, magdasal na lang siya na hindi sila ma-delete ni Yone.
So this is banning phases have now been commenced, as there's now a ban from LeBlanc and now from the Kog'Maw right now. LeBlanc, I think they're targeting the early game damage from LeBlanc. Kitang-kita naman kung paano nakapitalize ng Lamok yung LeBlanc pick kanina, and they were able to support some ganks. That was really good for the side of Lamok, and this LeBlanc ban was safe, considering we don't know what could be the play of the LeBlanc on Team Deus Ex. But this is Jace ban, good ban I should say, as Jace is now having a really good experience on the top lane with a 51% win rate as well. This is nice with a team comp like this, with a hard engage team comp with BNK, with a TF, the utility mid laner as well as the hard engage support. I think with the plays that's coming in from the side of BNK, I think it would be astonishing.
Indeed, but Sylas ang makikita natin na mid lane dito, no? Mid lane, Sylas versus Twisted Fate. Ano yung insights mo about this one?
Trading wise, I would say the Sylas would have a much better job, because we all know Sylas has 3 damaging abilities, as well as Twisted Fate. He only has something that would need to poke. Yung skill set ni TF kasi is enough for ganks and is enough for short trades. Pero for executing, I don't think TF would be a good pick for solo killing someone. Pero if it comes to like items, when he builds Rapid Fire Cannon and Everfrost, solo killing would be much better, or even setting up for team fights. Teemo hovering in from BNK. Oh,
Timo, don't pick that one. Please don't pick. Please no, James. No. Tanggalin mo yan. Tanggalin mo yan. And ayun na nga.
Oh!
Tinanggal niya na nga. We are seeing Kalista as ADC in the BNK. Lee Sin as jungle. Alistar as support. Yone in the mid lane. Or maybe top lane. Yone in the top lane. And Twisted Fate in the middle. So actually, wala akong makitang magandang di ko masabi kung maganda yung composition dito ng BNK kasi hindi nagsisynergize yung TF nila pati yung Yone. Yone is engaged type of champion. Meanwhile, Twisted Fate is only hook type. So yung dalawa nagko-complement, pero I think pag nagawa nila ng maayos to or pag na-pull off nila ng maayos to, I think it will be a pretty nice win para sa kanila. But on the other side, it is Ilda with the Xin Zhao, Levi with the Wukong, Cuddler with the Lulu, Easy LP as Silas, and lastly, Love You as the Vayne. And bago tayo mag-proceed sa game, habang naghintay tayo sa spectator delay, let's look at the comment section right now. Bam Bam, yan nakalista ni Idolo, FF at 15. Mukhang kalista nga yung inihintay natin dito. Bidek as kalista, right there. Kalista ni Bidek to. And mukhang puro Bidek nga talaga dito ang nakikita natin. Mukhang si Click ang madaming fanboy ngayon na. Shout out, Sob Palafox lang malakas. Sabi ni Dominic James Intacto, Cyanide is my idol. Salamat. Pa-shoutout po Cyanide. Shoutout sa'yo, Armor Sotelo. Salamat sa panonood ng stream namin. And also, please share the stream and the follower pages para madami pa kayo makitang updates and events na mangyayari in the future. And bago natin makalimutan, we'll be having a match bukas. Please support the Gearhawks Wild Rift as they fight their way in the Akad Arena's University Alliance Cup. Their first match will be tomorrow and will be broadcasted live in the Akad Arena page. Also, ayun, support and participate your colleges as they prepare for the upcoming events. So yung mga tryouts dyan, baka nakapost na yan or baka hintayin nyo na lang yan. And I think maganda ang mangyayari
Drip
dito
check!
para sa future events.
that was amazing, Sir Cyanide, no? And let's analyze the teams of Mr. Team BNK, no? Twisted Fate, that's a really good champion for ganks, no? Especially with a guaranteed stun from the gold card, no? From the bot lane, no? They're doing enough damage from the engage of the headbutt pulverize combo from the Alistar, and as well as the Ren damage coming in from the Kalista. So I think this is a bot lane that relies on heavy engage as well as having enough damage para magkaroon sila ng good trades. But I think it would be punished by the bot lane of Vayne and Lulu. We all know like how significant the buffs Lulu gives to every ADC, considering Vayne deals true damage, no. But let's see how is this going to pan out, no. Jungle naman, no. Lee Sin versus Xin Zhao. It's going to be dependent when it comes to ganking. Di natin alam kung paano mag-gank yung Lee Sin. Di natin alam paano mag-gank yung Xin Zhao. Pero early game damage, I would give it to the Lee Sin if ever Lee Sin ran Conqueror, ganun. Because Conqueror is doing so much for Lee Sin actually, especially considering may lifesteal pa siya sa W niya. Pero for ganking and taking down camps objectives, I would give it to the Xin Zhao with the attack speed, with the steroids and the ratios. This is going to be a balanced fight for both teams.
Yes, and syempre, wala ka talaga akong magawa. Gusto ko lang talaga basahin yung comment section. Ang pogi daw ni Cyanide. Cyanide is my
napaka-random.
Inspiration. Cyanide is my inspiration. Salamat sa mga nagsusupport sa amin dyan. Also, please follow our pages. It's fb.gg/Cyanide07. Pero sa'yo, plug mo yung iyo, Salvatore.
Okay, Sir Cyanide. Hello, everybody. Follow me on Twitter, LeGreatAndre. You can see on the under my name Salvatore. You can add me on League of Legends as well if you want to play with me, no. Pero I wouldn't drop my name on the stream right now because it's somehow inappropriate when you say it. Pero I'm just gonna comment down into the comments para makita nyo. And once you add me, once I accept you, please give me a hi para ma-recognize ko kayo. And thank you guys.
And, onting plug lang ulit. Baka malimutan. Bili kayo na ito. Bili kayo na ito. Bili kayo na ito. Support Gearhawks, my friends. Please support the Gearhawks by buying their merch. And I think hindi pa nagkakaroon ng public sale. Onting this lang to dito. So, siguro next month or next month, I think magkakaroon na ng public sale. It's actually pretty cheap para sa high quality jersey. Ang ganda-ganda ng jersey namin eh. So bumili na kayo. Kaya yun. Drift check. Let's go. Upo muna kayo. Joke lang. Cringe. Add nyo para magkabebe. Single po ba si Daddy Este Kuya Salvatore? Uy, single ka daw ba?
Oh, sadly, sir, I'm taken. Actually, nanonood siya ng stream kanina. Pero, thanks for asking, no? Pero hindi ko kaya pagpalit kung sino man yung sama ko ngayon. Mahal na mahal ko yun. Pero shoutout sa'yo kung nagtatanong ka man kung bakit ako single. Hope, baka single ka din. And in a few months, in a few years, sana magkaroon ka din. Shoutout sa'yo kung sino man yung nagtanong.
Pero, while waiting, I think Conqueror, ito na nga, Conqueror Lee Sin versus Conqueror Xin Zhao. I think, actually, Xin Zhao on 1v1s. Actually, pipiliin ko si Xin Zhao. Because of his first skill. Well, duelist naman talaga, or duelist, it's a Valorant term. Pero duelist naman siguro si Xin Zhao. In a 1v1s, I think Xin Zhao ang may advantage. Well, in the ganking and counter ganking, I'll put my bet on Lee Sin. Because Lee Sin has more AoE damage, and also the lifesteal is there, and nag-synergize pa to sa kakampi niyang si Yone. And right now, we're starting the game 2 of the semifinals. It is the X-Juice Machina versus the Burnagals 2.0, and we'll be showing a great match in here.
Okay, so another pause right now. Pangalawang game. Unang segundo, pause. What does this mean, Sir Cyanide? May inuutusan na naman ba? May nakalimot mag-charge ng mouse? Anong nangyari? May nakabunot ng LAN cable? Sige, gawan pa natin ng dahilan. Anong problema dito, Sir?
Baka kinuha pa yung Pansit Canton. Kinuha pa yung Pansit Canton.
O baka nasusunog na yung sinasaing kasi nagtutournament. My goodness. Pero,
sinundo ng barangay. Pero nga pala, masingit ko nga lang pala, may bagong post dito ang College of Engineering. I think they posted a video regarding their tryouts right now. And I think maganda yung video na sinend nila, nakita ko na eh. So, please participate on tryouts of College of Engineering kung taga-KOI man kayo. And para sa iba naman na hindi taga-KOI, may mga magpo-post dyan na college nyo. And just wait for it, and also please participate para mas maging mainit at maganda yung mga laban dito sa upcoming event namin. And it seems like magpo-post na naman.
na naman. Pero mabilis ang message lang, no? Actually, the tryouts for the Esports Fest of the College of Industrial Technology is now open for the games such as Valorant, Call of Duty Mobile, and as well as Wild Rift. So, kung hindi man kayo aware, you can visit the TUP Gear page for the registration link, no? As well as abangan nyo rin yung mga events na hosted by TUP Gear. It's going to be something na dapat naming pasalamatan kasi without you guys, the events hosted by TUP Gear will be nothing as we are now back into the Rift. 30 seconds until minions has now spawned, and it looks like this is a flexing of champions in the mid lane.
Well, yeah, Bean is looking for a poke. Early poke onto Silas. Actually, pretty helpful yun para sa kanya. But Lee Sin will be starting onto the top side of the map, and worded na nga ito ni Wukong. And top side rin dito si Xin Zhao. And I think magsasabay na naman sila sa Scuttle into the bot side. But Yone versus Wukong, I'm actually not that familiar with Yone. Alam ko masakit siya. Pero in terms of skills, I can't say anything.
Okay, so it looks like the the jungler, I can't even say his name, but the jungler is now opting for red. I think they're trying to pass down to bot lane, hopefully to get an early gank, as the game is now started for the side of these Ex Machina versus Team B and K. And early trades are now being done to the mid lane as the Sylas is doing some significant damage from absolutely any side from the abilities, no? And it looks like a 1 minute 39 clear coming in from the Lee Sin. That's going to be a good sign, no? The more earlier you clear your camps, the more you can offer ganks, and the more you can fast clear the other camps as well.
Yeah, but Click has been losing in the trades. Here and there. Mukhang nabawasan na nga siya dito ni Vayne. And ayun na nga yung sinasabi ko sa mid lane. The poke coming from Twisted Fate is actually so itchy. And Sylas, as a melee champion, I think he can't do much on the pokes. Click has a perfect CS in the bot lane. And let's see kung ano mangyayari dito. Is there any clashes na mangyayari or patuloy bang magiging tahimik yung ating game?
Both junglers are now clearing their third camps as well, pero mas nauna ang ating kaibigan na si Yura right now, as he's now opening down to clear down the Raptors as well as the bottom camps as well, from the red to the Krugs. And there is no significant engage coming in from the teams, as all lanes are now being passive with small trades, pokes and things. Pero when it comes to CS, it's all equal. 14 CS coming in from the Kalista and 13 CS coming in from the Bane, and as well as a top lane engage. See, short trades lang. So this game is really good kasi once you mess up with the engages, it's going to be capitalized by the other team, and that's going to be bad coming in from scaling, as Palafox is taking a lot of damage coming in from the W Silver bolts, as the Wukong damage is also good as well, but the shield is so big coming in from the Yone.
So big, that's what she said. But yeah, actually a really big shield right there in the top lane. And ngayon Palafox, despite being tanky right there, the pokes coming from Vayne and Lulu combo is actually pretty itchy. And ayun na nga, patuloy pang pinupoke dito ni Love You, si Palafox. So let's see on the level 4 mark kung anong magagawa dito ni Palafox. Kasi yung mga level na yun, doon na magsimula yung clash. Or maybe right now, the headbutt pulverized combo that kasama pang third skill, the TP coming from Twisted Fate is there. The stun is here, and the first blood will go to Kalista. The click is now good for one. Ilra is gonna get a kill onto Lee Sin. Anong magagawa ni Love You dito? The condemn is there. Can he hit the stun? Or maybe not. And that will be it. That concludes the first flash of the game. It's 1-1 in our kill board. And actually, the lead will go to the red side there.
That was an amazing 1-for-1 trade, as back to the point game dito mga kaibigan. Pinasok ni EasyLP dito si Bin, as Bin is taking a lot of damage, but EasyLP doesn't have enough mana right now, as he's now opting to back out to the lane. And that is a short tree coming in from EasyLP. EasyLP is one level up. What's happening to the game? Okay. I think we're experiencing some delay coming in from the stream, pero okay, we're back to normal. Hopefully, an engage from Palafox into the bot lane, but the cameras are now messing up. But that was just a short engage coming in from Palafox. My God, Sir Cyanid, ikaw rin ba?
I think it's a clean sa side ko. So yeah, I think the first blood is really the one that did the most of the job right now, or rather, kung ayun yung nagpalaki ng gold lead dito ng red side ng Burnals. Even the 1-1,
Yeah, it was 1-1, sir.
oh yes, 1-1. Nagkaroon pa rin ng, I think, 600 gold lead dito yung Burnals. And 600 gold lead in the early game is actually a pretty nice gold lead. Pero ang na-burn doon para sa 600 gold lead is TP. Is it really worth? Or is it not? Let's see in the next few clashes. But right now, the red side, the Burnakils, is trying to get some wards, to get some visions right there. And MVP Vin is now looking good at his minions or minion kills right now.
Oh, I think that was a really good trade coming in from each champion, as James has left the game, as now we have a pause again. Really bad scene here coming in from the tournament right now. Pero considering for the trades coming in from each team, it was really good. We were able to see that Click was able to get some items like the Berserker Greaves, and as well as for the Xin Zhao to get the Iron Spike Whip. We all know any damage is any form of good damage. Any scaling is also any good form of scaling. But I think it's worth for each champions. But team wise, it was really small to the point that each small lead can be each lead can be altered right now. But I think that would be enough to continue the game right now, as we are now back to the ball game dito, mga kaibigan, as we are now having a really good passive game. Nothing much, nothing less. 700 gold lead coming in from Burnicles, and I think we're going to see more.
700 gold lead. Kanina 600, so ngayon 700. And I think nagkakaroon ng lead dito talaga ang Burnacles. They're doing a pretty great job in terms of CS. Meron ditong lead si Twisted Fate. I think a 13 CS lead. Pero sa top lane, magkakaroon tayo ng 10 CS lead. Pero sa bot lane, we'll be seeing 4 CS lead, which is actually pretty great. Pero sa jungle, nagkakaroon dito ng lead si Xin Zhao, which actually has the pinakamadaming gold para sa blue team.
As we all know, Vision Score is a really important aspect of the game, no? Because Lee Sin isn't able to use Oracle Lens para mag-clear out ng wards. He's forced to use a control ward, which is 75 gold, no? Pero when it comes to Xin Zhao, he can always use the Oracle Lens as much as he wants. We all know Vision is a really big advantage, as Easy LP has now opted to hijack the Destiny coming in from Bin. But it looks like it's going to be a possible engage from the bot lane or the top lane. I don't know. But in a few minutes, we are going to see a Rift Herald skirmish in the top lane. As Rift Herald is now closing to spawn, as MVP Bin is now going to the bot lane. He's now pinging to have an engage. Palafox engages in. A two-man headbutt pulverize coming in. And there is now the Destiny coming in from MVP Bin. A really slow opting for the cards as MVP Bin takes down Cuddler. Easy LP engages in by Palafox, but that's not going to be a hard engage. That was a beautiful sequence of events coming in from Burnicles.
Grabe naman yung gank dito ni Bin. Mukhang binibaby niya yung bot lane. And we all know, actually, onting background lang kay Click. I knew Click as dependent AD carry. Hindi ko siya nakikita ng potential in terms of solo laning. So, dapat lang talaga na binibaby siya. And the Bin right now is doing that. And I think ayun yung magiging factor para manalo itong sila ang Burnacles. Kasi in the late game, Bidek is actually pretty great, honestly.
So that's going to be a secured dragon coming in from Burnicles, as it looks like James is now targeting Levi right now, but that's going to be a short trade as well. Click, on the other hand, is now having a 2 CS lead, as blue team is now opting for a Rift Herald right now. No one is trying to get something from the Rift Herald, probably a contest, I should say, but the jungler is on the bottom side of the map. This is going to be a secured Rift Herald coming in from XD's Machina.
To complement what happened in the past games, ngayon happy na yung objectives. Hindi na siya ganun ka one-sided yung objectives natin. Rift Herald on the blue side, onto the XD's Machina, and meanwhile the Dragon napunta to sa Burnacles. But still, grabe pa rin yung lead dito. Magtutukoy na ang lead dito ng Burnacles. But right now, James has been harassing Wukong here and there. Grabe na, pataas yung CS lead dito ni James. But Bean right now, still a pretty good job in terms of greetings right there. Uy, mukhang nagkakaroon ng...
Nahuli!
Nice! The ultimate is not great, and what a nice disengage coming from Lee Sin, and di ko pa rin mabasa kung ano yung IGN niya.
That was a burn flash coming in for the Lee Sin, as meanwhile Palafox roams down to the mid lane as the gold card hits down Levi. But that is not... Yura, I should say. But that's not going to be an engage coming in from the side of Burnicles right now. That was a nice escape coming in from the Lee Sin with a burnt flash and a possible W coming in from Bin. That was a really good escape. No, it was almost something significant because we all know Elise he had gold in his name, 300 gold I should say. Something that Asilas would want, but meanwhile Click is on solo mode right on the bot lane as Love You is so hard on him. But that is going to be nothing trade coming in from Love You as Click is low and probably he's opting to back.
At yung sinasabi ko, in terms of sa solo plays, Flick
Oh.
really did a great job. But right now, mukhang mamamatay siya in the hands of Vayne. Love you gets a kill on the Flick. Pero wala na siyang Lulu. Wala na rin siyang ultimate ni Lulu. What can he do? Oh no! The flash condemn is there, but the stopwatch is here to save his life. And the headbutt pulverize combo is there. It's 2-2 trade in the bot lane. 3-4 ang ating kill ngayon. Mukhang mamapatay na si Palafox. But Sylas is there. And mukhang mamamatay na nga siya kasi wala na siyang kakampi. Ilya is gonna get that kill using the red buff in that one. 4-4 lang score natin ngayon. And I think 1k na lang ang gold lead dito ng Burnacles.
Love you with a Ghost type montage. 2 games na tayo nakakita ng mga players na gumagawa ng montage sa loob ng tournament. No, that was an amazing flash condemn to disengage any counter attack coming in from Bin. That was a really good setup coming in from Love You. But meanwhile, on the top lane right now, a hard engage coming in from James as MVP Bin, as well as the Lee Sin is on the top lane right now. Gold cards the tower. That's not going to be enough. Cycle hits by the Levi. One member only knocked up, but 2 members are now knocked up. That was an amazing wild card from MVP Bin as he moves away from the explosion. Good guys don't watch explosions as he walks away with a wild card.
Mukhang inistay niya yung tower para hindi makahit sa kanila. Pero ngayon, 3v2 situation, both low health. Lahat low health dito para sa Burnacles. He got that stun onto Sylas. Shutdown para dito kay Sylas. And Yone, what can you do? Low health na dito si Lee Sin. And I think he's gonna be dead. Is he gonna be dead? Yes, it is. Hilda is on rampage. 6-5 in our score. And the RH has been spawned in the top lane. And anong magagawa dito ni Lee Sin? And I think kailangan niya mag-back off dito.
We don't know what the flash was. What the flash for was James. He flashed onto the bush while on the red buff, but I don't know what is he thinking right there. The opted for is death. The flash wasn't necessary, I guess. But a sonic wave hit by the Lee Sin, but that's going to be engaged. But that's going to be a lot of pop money coming in from Easy LP as a 6-5 lead coming in from the side of these Ex Machina. 300 gold lead coming now from Team Burnacles. There is no significant lead coming in from each team. Wala ring difference maker kung sino man yung gumagawa. Every lane has its own agenda where I would hard engage and hopefully someone would counter attack. Ganun. That's the ongoing theme coming in from this game as Palafox is now being caught by 3 members of these Ex Machina right now. They're taking down Scuttlecrab and hopefully for the Dragon.
The ultimate, and I think kung nandun lang si Lee Sin, makakaset up dito si Alistar. But right now, what can they do? Kalista on the front lane? What are you doing, Click? 6-5, wala nang ultimate dito si TF. And nakuha pa nga yun ni Sylas, rather. And Yone is continuing the push onto the top lane. And I think ito ang first push ng game natin ngayon. And Dragon for Tower, I think a pretty decent trade coming from the both teams. Still a good lead para sa Burnacles, and hindi pa kasama dito yung tower push as a top lane. But Sylas, the ultimate of Sylas using the TF. Oh no! Is this an outplay? The ultimate is there, but it's not enough because the Wukong is here. The shield is good, but it's not enough to get a kill onto Easy LP.
Beautiful.
As you get the kill onto Yone. It's 7-5 in our score. Wala pang tower na nakuha, but still a gold lead para dito sa Burnacles. Hindi nila napapabayaan yung gold lead.
May lumitaw na police from the presence of Levi. And now, as we all know, it would have been a good play coming in from James as he was close to taking down Easy LP. But there comes Levi to help save the day. A lot of damages and crowd controls was missed from Easy LP, but good thing there he had a teammate right there. As we are now seeing possible gank from the bot lane as the Lee Sin is now opting to get some vision and hopefully something from the bot lane. And meanwhile, there is nothing significant doing after the sequence from the top lane. But it looks like someone is pinging down to the bot lane as Bin, and now the Lee Sin is now opting to gank on the bot lane, a 4v2 gank right now. This is going to be a good engage from Palafox. Ito na nga ba yung sinasabi ko sa'yo, Sir Cyanide, yung napaka-heavy engage Team Com. Ayan na po, papasok na po sila. Ang sama ng loob nila sa Team Deus Ex Machina as the final hour was now popped, but that was actually a disengage.
Grabe, ang ganda ng disengage.
Ganda ng respo. What an amazing play coming in from Easy LP. Easy LP is now on wild growth. What an amazing disengage coming in from Burnacles. They read the engage coming in from Deus Ex Machina.
This is what I expected, or rather, ito yung napansin ko nung after ko bumalik. Karamihan ng teams ngayon nagdo-double TP na. And I think in-expect ko doon isa lang yung lalabas, which is Wukong, pero dalawa yung lumabas. And actually, ang ganda ng disengage dito coming from Bernarels kasi ang daming na walang skills. Dalawang TP ang nawala, SS Neve nawala, but still RH will still go to the blue side. I think Lee should have more visions sa objectives para maiwasan tong mga to.
They didn't risk anything as it looked like Bin is now popping Destiny right now. It looks like the final call coming in from the Yones now. James takes down Cuddler. Bin takes down the Vayne. A 2-4-0 trade coming in from the side of Burnacles. That was an amazing fight from the bot lane as hopefully they're going to take down bottom turret, but that is going to be a trade for the mid turret as the Herald pushes in.
Indeed, the turret, 7-7 in the score though, at mukhang hindi pa nga mapupush kasi grabe naman si Lee Sin, napatay pa yung RH. Hindi pa nakuha eh, pero sige. Still a 1k gold lead or so, 1.7 or 1.8 gold lead coming from the Burnacles, and I think they're going for the push, bot lane push, or maybe not kasi pabalik na nga dito ang bot lane ng kalaban. And let's see kung anong magagawa dito ni Bin, which is the mid lane of the Burnacles.
Let's take a look at the CS scores of Burnacles now. Look, as we're looking at the TF, 25 CS lead from his opposing partner, and it looks like 11 CS gold lead coming 11 CS lead for Click to Love You. And this tells like it's so equal. Hindi significant kasi yung 10 CS lead eh. Parang pwede mabawi yon as long as they shut down the opposer, no? Pero this is something that is fun to watch when the games are equal, the objectives are equal, and when the engages and the disengages are so fun to watch. This is a game of the ages, Sir Cyanide.
Pero ngayon, tingnan natin. 4-0 ang Xin natin. I just took a pretty quick look on the scoreboard. 4-0 ang Xin. The bound is still 250 to 0 ang ating Sylas. Pero in terms of the bot lane, the bot lane of X Choose Machina is not doing a pretty great job. Or baka dahil lang to sa ganks ni Bin, which is the TF, na nagpapahirap sa kanila. Palafox right now is looking or preparing for the Dragon Take, but Lee Sin is still in the base. And ano kaya mangyayari sa clash ito? I think it is once again another clash ang mangyayari sa bot side. We'll be looking at the Infernal Drake right now. The ultimate coming from Sylas is there. Kalista ultimate has been casted para sa disengage. May kasama pang flash. And the daming na burn doon. Ano kaya ang mangyayari dito? Yone, where you at? And the dragon has been started by the blue side. The ultimate by TF is there. The first kill of Lee Sin. What can you do? Palafox is now in the middle of the enemies. And the ultimate of Yone is there. Mamamatay na nga si Vayne. Dragon ay mamamatay na rin. Lee Sin, what can you do? No, blue team is gonna get the Infernal Drake. And red team ay mamamatay na. Kalista is now down in the... And now Zed, Palafox ay susunod na. James is successfully got a kill onto the ADC. Double kill para kay Yone, but Sylas is doing a pretty great job. 11-9 ang score natin dito. May kasama pang Dragon, but still, the gold lead will go to the Burnacles right there.
Not worth, no? 4-4-2 plus a Dragon coming in from Deus Ex Machina. That was a good set of events where a wild growth was popped. A wild growth was popped to save, hopefully, the life of Easy LP, no, and as well as the Lee Sin wasn't able to close the gap to possibly get the Dragon, no. Pero that was really well played coming in from Deus Ex Machina to capitalize all the carries as early as that, and to hopefully get some shields and heals up for each carries, no. That was a really well placed positioning coming in from Easy LP as well as Yura.
Yes, pero Infernal Drake, si Infernal Drake, okay, Vayne is actually pretty itchy. Diba? Sa late game kasi late game player to si Vayne eh. On the other side, Kalista, hindi siya parang Vayne na right click champion lang. Kailangan mo pa mag-dash Q. Madami ka pang gagawin para kay Kalista. Unlike Vayne na pwede ka lang mag-hit, kahit hit, ganun lang. Mas madali gamitin si Vayne para sa akin. Pero in terms of late game, mukhang mahihirapan itong Burnacles. So I think they should end this while they can. Pero mukhang hindi papayagan to ng Exodus Machina.
Okay, you said it right there, Mr. Cyanide, na mas malakas ang late game ng Vayne natin dito, no? True damage ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. True damage is burns through armor and magic resist. When a Vayne builds a Blade of the Ruined King, hopefully next, I think he's opting for a Rage Blade, no? That's going to be a lot of damage coming in from the Vayne. At least 2 attacks will already trigger two silver bolts, no? And team fighting wise, I hope the Vayne is protected because he doesn't have any escapes. As long as she has final hour and the invisible coming in from the tumble, that's going to be good damage output coming in from Deus Ex Machina. But as far as the hard engage comp of Burnacles, I should say, this is going to be hard from when it comes to team fighting for Deus Ex Machina.
Yes, pero di ko nagigets tong gold lead ng Burnacles. Kasi kanina pa ako natingin dito sa gold lead ng Burnacles. Kahit anong talo nila sa team fight, mukhang nakukuha pa rin nila yung gold lead and the engage onto the Vayne. The stun is there. The ultimate, walang kwenta doon yung ultimate, yung invisible dito ni Vayne. But what can they do? The Wukong engage is there. The ultimate, the 3-man ultimate is there. The 3-man knock-up. Ilra is unstoppable. And the gold card coming from TF is there. Yone, what can you do? Lee Sin is running for his lives. At mukhang mapapatay na nga siya. It's 3-0 in our trades right there. At mukhang ma-end na nga to ng blue team.
Deus Ex Machina punished the overextending engage coming in from Burnacles right now as they took down 3 significant members of Burnacles right now. That was a sketchy engage coming in from Palafox, but the teleports was so on point from the Wukong, no? The 3-man cyclone was so good to set up any counter any initiation damage coming in from the Vayne and the Sylas as well. It shows the scaling of the Sylas and the Vayne from the late game is so good. Their damage output is so good enough to take down 3. And it looks like it's going to be a top lane lead coming in from Deus Ex Machina.
Yes, eto na nga, Yone, the ultimate is there. They're looking for the kill onto Wukong at mukhang ayun na nga makukuha nila or maybe not. And yes, they will do, but All-Star Palafox will get the bounty there. Mukhang hindi maganda yon, pero ito titingnan natin si Click. Hindi niya nakikita si Ilra, mukhang hindi rin siya pinansin ni Ilra. The Q has been casted and hit onto Sylas. What can they do? The head but pulverize is there. And Sylas, where you at? The stopwatch is there, 15-10. Ilra is good for 1 as he takes down Lee Sin. The Godlike is here. Sylas has now been shot down by Click. Click has been kited here and there at mukhang napatay pa nga siya ni Ilra. The double kill is there. Palafox, the headbutt is
Not
good.
Gordrinker.
Yone, what can you do? And successfully comes back from that one, 16-12, and gets all the bounty on the side of the Exodus Machina. Mukhang wala dun si Vayne. Ano ang nangyari kay Vayne? Nag-aapat siya sa Dragon.
For a second, we thought Exodus Machina had the team fight there in the top lane where Ilra was popping off a double kill. The Gore Drinker was doing some significant help in sustaining himself. But the counter engage coming in from Burnacles was too much from the Destiny, the stun, the crowd control coming in. But it comes Bin as blue team now secures the 3rd dragon of the game. They are now soul point right now. Once they get soul, infernal soul, the damage output of each member of Exodus Machina will be significant damage compared to the other team. And it looks like there is no objective. There has been no objective cap for the side of Burnacles for the last 3 minutes of this game. I think the pressure coming in from Exodus Machina was too much.
But right now, the gold lead will go now to the Exodus Machina. Kahit na nalalala sila sa Clash, mukhang kailangan matalo sa Clash para makakuha ng gold lead.
There we go.
Pero ayun. But 16-12 in our kill board. And what can Click do to come back from this one? What do you think, Salvatore?
I think Click needs to do some skirmishes when it comes skirmishes in the bot lane when Loveview overextends, because we all know Loveview doesn't engage coming in from team fights. He doesn't join in team fights as much as Click does. So I think Burnacles as a team needs to do is give Click all the gold he needs to scale to items. When building Runan's Hurricane on Kalista would help the damage output on team fights pretty good, no? Pero as long as the Kalista is struggling to get some significant gold or even get some skirmish or even some CS on the bot lane, I think Click will have a hard time scaling into the late game as he is now being outscaled by the Vayne, which was the early game lead, no, coming in from Click as now engage coming in from Palabax as the ulti now popped by James. The LP is now running away from his life, but the W here comes Click, no? Zonia's popped by Easy LP, but that's going to be a death coming in from Easy LP. James secures that, and that looks like on the mid lane now, Yura is in a whole lot of trouble right now. He's going to meet a lot of people, but MVP Bin leaves leaves the Lee Sin. My God, I think they disengaged. That was a right call, but here comes the engage coming in from 3x 2-man Cyclone coming in. Fox pushes in Love You outside of the fight right now. Love You takes down Palabax right now. Meanwhile, on the backline right now, Click is now hiding away for his life. Levi takes down MVP Bin. 1v1 action sa River, mga kaibigan. Paalo ng mga espada dito. James takes down the Vayne, but he's now being caught by 3 members of X-Deuce Machina. A shutdown gold coming in from Levi.
And yes, 19 to 14 ang kills natin ngayon. Both jungles is still up. And 2 na lang or 2 na lang ang makikita natin buhay dito sa side ng Burnacles. Pero Lee Sin, I think is not pretty doing a great job right now. The Gold Drinker is actually a pretty great build. Pero hindi kasi hitter type si Lee Sin. We all know that engage type si Lee Sin. So kung nakapag-set siya ng maayos, I think sila ang mananalo. Pero pag hindi siya nakakaset, I think nagiging staple or linear lang yung nangyayari sa Clash. Vayne will kite around, Click kites around, and hopes kung sino na lang manalo kasi gano'n na lang talaga yung labanan ngayon eh. Pag hindi nakakaset si Lee Sin or nakaka-pick off.
Damn, that was a really good team fight coming in from X-Deuce Machina. No, they hopefully got the Baron, pero may mga buhay pa rin from Bornacles that costed them to back off, no, to engage into that Baron fight. As early damage now, Wit's End is now built by Click to counter any magic damage coming in from Easy LP, no, because we all know the Silas damage is too much. The engage coming in from the Lulu, despite not building so much AP, is also too much. No, once na mahuli lang yan, she all needs the movement speed she needs coming in from the Wit's End. And meanwhile, Easy LP and MVP Bin meets in the bot lane, but that's not going to be any sort of engage.
Yes, but 1 minute mark or maybe 45-second mark bago mag-spawn itong dragon natin, and I think this will be the last clash, or maybe pag nanalo dito yung Burnacles, I think mapapatagal pa yung laban, pero pag nanalo dito yung X-Deuce Machina, sila na yung panalo for this game, and Bin has been caught off guard. The Zonias has now been casted. The TP coming from the both sides is there. The ultimate coming from Yone is good. The wombo combo is there, but not enough to get a kill. And Silas has been dealing some damage. The TP,
my God,
knock airborne coming from the Wukong is there. The kite, the damage coming from the Vayne is there. And I think this is it. This is the win coming from the X-Deuce Machina as Love You dominates the clash, and Ace coming from Silas is there. 24 to 14 in our kills, and I think this will be it for the game.
They could take Soul, they could take Baron, they could take any tower in the lane they want. That was a really good setup coming in from X-Deuce Machina. They have this game in the back. Hopefully the objectives, they will take this as it looks like Cuddler and Love You is now going to the Baron right now. And meanwhile, Easy LP takes down the tower as well as the inhibitor right now. They are dominating in each aspects of the game, Mr. Siren.
And I think di ko alam kung bakit di pa tinapos, pero it was supposed to be an end. I think dahil na yung game.
Para sure?
Kasi kahit anong mangyari, panalo na sila doon. Pero great job rin kasi pinili nila yung mas safe way.
Yeah.
They got the soul, they got the BR, they got the inhibitor, and I think mahihirapan itong Burnacles para mag-comeback in this one. I think they can put this in the bag until some miracles happen.
The largest gold lead of the game has now been attained by Exodus Machina with a 6,000 gold lead, and as well as a Baron empowered minions, and as well as an open inhibitor turret in the mid lane. They could easily engage in any jungle on the side of Burnicles right now. Ilra takes down the buffs. Hopefully, this is going to be significant as he needs all the buffs he need to for the team fight right now. When it comes to dealing damage, Love You is now the top dog of this game. He has now built the Ginsu's Rage Blade, which is too good to build onto the Bane. As well as Dragon Soul, this is going to be so much damage coming in from each carries of Exodus Machina. It looks like they're opting to engage any fight coming in from the bot lane as they're now pinging to go to the wolf side right now. A lot of damage coming in from the side of Exodus Machina. I think I would be excited to watch the damage charts after this game, Sir Cyanide. But it looks like there's not going to be an engage coming in from the bot lane as there were some significant pings on the minimap right now. But let's wait and see as Burnicles right now trying to clear the lanes all they want, but the Baron empowered minions are too tanky just so they could buffer all the minions. And it looks like another minion wave has now been summoned into the mid lane. This is going to be a really good push. Destiny activated by MV as Easy LP is being tracked down by two members of Burnicles right now. Easy LP is now down for V5 situation dito mga kaibigan as now a lot of split pushers right now. Levy takes down the tower on the top side right now as three members of Exodus Machine are taking down the inhibitor as well. They could easily 3v5 this with an amazing Vayne in their hands. It looks like they're gonna take down the top turret as well as Ilra is caught by the headbutt pulverize of Palafax right now. Ultimate popped out by Ilra. A lot of damage coming in from the side of MVP Vayne, but a 3-man knock-up coming in from the side of Exodus Machina. Another knock-up coming in from the side of Burnicles right now. Palafax is now so tanky, but he's not doing any significant follow-up coming in from the side of Burnicles right now. He's now down by Love You. Click 1v1s the Wukong. Is she gonna survive? No, there's gonna be a Guardian Angel by Levy. This is going to be the game coming in for Exodus Machina. Slowly but surely, they're going to secure the game as Ilra is so mad at Burnicles, engages inside of the tower right now. James is now down as Guardian Angel is now popped. The open Nexus is now seen before our eyes, and this is going to be a game for Exodus Machina to go home.
Yes, what a frustrating event sa ngayong Gear Games. Kasi on the history lang, it was the Gearhawks who's dominating the Gear Games in the past few tournaments. But right now, hindi na pinabayaan ito ng ibang teams. Mukhang naglalabasan na yung mga talents ng ibang students. And I think, pwede na kayo sumali sa Gearhawks. Well, kidding aside, what a nice performance coming from Ilra right there. 11-2 plus 13 assists. As Sinjao, I think he is the factor that made Exodus Machina won the game. But still, Love You still dealt a pretty great damage if we can see the damage dealt right now.
Damage chart. Dyan, gusto ko pakita, Sir Cyanide. Like, what are the damage charts? Can you see the damage coming in for the Vayne? But the difference maker from the side of Burnicles was the Yone because of the critical strikes he was able to attain with his passive. I am not surprised, but considering from the Xin Zhao and the Yone, it's really close, no? So you see what impact Ilra made when it comes from early game up to the late game.
Yes. Pero grabe yung objectives ni Ilra ngayon. Mukhang sobrang solid ni Ilra. And I think he is also a Valorant player. So, I think all around, Ilra all around lang malakas. Pero, what a nice match coming from these both two teams. And Exodus Machina is moving on to the finals. We'll be looking at the finals. And makikita natin kung sino ang makakakuha ng majority sa 17,500 na prize pool natin ngayon. And we'll be looking at the best of 3 games. It is the TFP Visayas WEW versus the Exodus Machina. Sino ang angat? Sino ang lamang? Sino kaya ang mananalo for this tournament?
We all know, no, Sir Cyanide, how TUP Visayas performed in their bracket. No, TUP Visayas was all good in their macro gaming as well. Pero when it comes to Exodus Machina, they were also good in macro. Pero tingnan natin kung sino nakapitalize ng early game. as we all saw from the games, no, once a team gets an early game lead, no, they were able to capitalize it up to late game. There was no comeback team fights. There was no significant there was no significant shutdowns. They were able to abuse the gold lead, the items, and as well as the objectives. They were so good up to the 30-minute mark or even the 25-minute mark. Pero I would say next game, I don't know kung sino mananalo. It's too hard for me to pick Sir Cyanide.
But I think we'll be having wait. I think we'll be having a short break muna, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
Tama
we
ba?
are.
I think we'll be having a short. I think we'll be having a short, a 6 minute break once again before we look at the finals, right? So I think once again it is TP Visayas well versus Exodus Machina. See you soon in 6 minutes para makapanood kayo ng mainit at napakagandang laban mamaya. So I think we'll be back after a short minute break.
Drip check.
Uy, nakakakasir ka kasi. Sexy mo, Melon. Kailangan may hangin na pumapasok na.
Kamukha mo pala si H2O. Mas guwapo version. Iyo! Grabe. Pag nakita ni Mika si Miko, nako po, Mika, connection.
Uy, hindi ba to? Side, dalawa. Ito, elbow. May elbow. Hi! Let's go, boys. 7-5.
I want how versus UST Finals. It's Goop versus Blast.
Oh, next season wala na kayo pareho. Punta Division C. Division Cancer.
Division D, Tortuan.
Isang heaven. Isang
Sino sa heaven? Dalawang sino sa heaven, sure.
Nice one.
We won. GG guys!
Go, baby! We're going to Madrid!
Okay, this is the greatest battle of history, guys. This was undefeated.
Oh, dude! Undefeated!
Lane ko rin, mag-test ko rin.
Ano? Tarang stairs lane. Oh, stairs. Nice! Nice ko. Kaya easy ang dyan.
Easy ang beaming. Puro ang mga buang.
Nice! Amen! Amen! Pa-flash ko! Sa wine! Let's go, boy!
Yanagi, my best friend.
Ano, sana magka-relationship din ako, Malatens and Kylie. Kahit yun lang po.
Bingo, kayo na lang dalawa ni Kylie.
Kami nilang Kylie.
Ano ba, Miri?
Miri!
Ganyan na yung wall ko. Medyo risky.
Wait. Kumihil.
Pushing ako.
Wala, tense ako still.
Ay, fuck! Napatay pa ako.
Wait lang, plus.
Nice!
Oh my god, you're popping off!
Oh my god, you're popping off, brother!
139, Piyok.
Pumiyok!
I play here, Bigo. I will contact on you.
Then sometimes lang there's battles talaga. Then you have to then exit zero and wala.
You have to turn what?
Exit lag. Exit lag! Kakagising ko lang. I woke up ano, 5. Dude, I got 6 yung game. So mga hindi pa nag-register sa mga nag-register na kayo.
Kayo na mag-gusto dyan. Good luck.
Ayusin nyo
Tag 21, good.
Did you just be back? Yep.
Flap na ako. Asan to?
Evan.
Nice!
Let's go! We in, boys! We in! Let's go, boys!
Oo, hindi. Lahat tayo mag-trip na. Cash City, Cash City, Cash City.
Wala.
Offer. Kill him.
Ready? Let's go. Last guy. Woo! Easiest matter of my life.
106.
How? How next? How? Wait. I'll see you how.
Yes, sir. Habulito is here.
Our content team is here. Let's go.
Hard copy in 3, 2,
Ayan na.
16
Free kasi yun, no?
Close yung mic ko sa kaliwa lang.
Nice!
Let's go! Arbor!
Daddy, chill!
Isang pampilit!
I love you, Ian.
Nawanta ka na naman ako. Nakakama ko din nawanta.
Tara, masim. FYT special.
Pushing.
So hello guys, we are back at it again. And Salvador, what are you feeling right now ngayong nasa finals na tayo ng tournament?
We are so close to ending the event. Nakakalungkot, pero this is one of the pinnacles of the event, the finals. Which team is gonna conquer the 17,500 RP prize pool, no? Personally, I am feeling happy for both teams that they have managed to garner their way to the finals, no? Ako medyo pagod na pero kaya pa, lumalaban pa din, Sir Cyanide. I am so excited for this finals game 1 of TUP Gear Games 2021. Ikaw, Sir Cyanide, kamusta ka? Kaya pa ba?
Kayang-kaya pa naman. Pero ngayon ko lang napansin kasi hindi ako nanonood ng live kanina nung custom lobby or ng lobby. May challenger pala dito, may master pala dito.
Ay, sinasabi ko sa'yo kanina, Sir Cyanide, sa TUP Visayas. Sobrang laki nung gap for the skill, no, ng TUP Visayas versus Lamok. Kaya kita-kita naman, Rafi Tulfo held his own on the top lane. Meanwhile, Master Tier X, kita master Siyempre, like he would excel in his role as a master tier player. So this is not new. When I'm seeing some really big plays for TUP Visayas, I was not surprised because of their skill set.
Yes, and actually while waiting for the other players, mukhang usap-usap muna tayo dito sa ating sa comment section. Grabe si Rafi Tulfo coming from Denzel Carmona. Mukhang grabe nga siya. Pero unfortunately, hindi ko masyado nakita yung skill level niya kanina kasi he just held in the top lane. He just farmed, he just got the gold he can. Kaya wala akong makitang mechanically impressive na nangyari. Pero macro-wise, well, give it to Rafi Tulfo. Hindi talaga siya napapatay, or rather tuloy-tuloy lang talaga yung farming niya nun.
He was playing really passive, no? He was setting up for junglers, he was setting up for the mid laners, no? He was doing some damage, pero it wasn't enough for him to have a really good kill score. Pero KDA wise, he was really good. He went 0-1 and 7, which is, for me, it's really good for a top laner. A top laner is supposed to engage, set up team fights, and as well as peel for the junglers para magkaroon sila ng good engage. But for Rafi Tulfo playing Graves, I think he was supposed to be the X factor. No, he was supposed to deal damage with the lethality Graves or even collector shield bow Graves. But he was playing passive, and I understand his way of playing Graves of being passive because he wants the other lanes to scale and not more so of him. Because once he scales and when he's being caught, ma-abuse yun ng kalaban and it would be bad. As long as yung ibang lanes naman yung nagsiscale, pero hindi sila nahuhuli because there were like some people that there were other people supporting for them. You can see XPP protecting Leflame as much as he wants, Enlightened One protecting the mid lane, and Rafi Tulfo peeling for Enlightened One to scale to the late game. So I think Rafi Tulfo is a really good team player.
Yes, but ang tagal dito ng X2 Smash na. I think I just X Smash na, X2 Smash na baliktad. Just X Smash na. But I think isa na lang ang kulang nila. I think they're waiting for the mid lane to come up. And ayun na nga, in-invite na nga. And best of three, just for the viewers information, best of three ang mangyayari dito for the final. So losing one game is not enough para masabing talo na kayo sa buong series. So I think pwede pa sila mag-reverse sweep, ganun. Madami pang mangyayari sa second game or third game. Pero tingnan natin kung magagawa ba nila yon. Lalo na baka ma-pressure sila. Challenger yung kalaban na. Challenger, Diamond, Master. I think baka ma-pressure sila sa ranks dito ng TUP Visayas. Kuya Kenneth Balane, pa-shoutout po. What up, James Torneros? Hello sa'yo. Balik ka na sa graphics. Kailangan. Miss ka na namin dito. But, ayun na, back to the game. We're starting the bans and picks of the finals, the first game of finals.
Trash ban.
Let's see.
Trash ban. Let's see, Sir Cyanide. I think there's gonna be trash ban here. Like hopefully nanood ng live yung DSX Machina. So kung paano naglaro. Kita. Sabi na 100% prediction. First ban Thresh. Oh my god.
First ban Thresh. Pero ito na nga, first ban Sinjo. On the other side, I think gold nila ma-shoutout to si Ildra. Ildra showed a pretty great performance last game. Grabe yung Sinjo niya, grabe yung objectives na. And I think they're respecting both sides dito by banning their best picks.
It looks like Deus Ex Machina was watching the clips of how dominant TUP Visayas was, as they are now banning Kennen because of his amazing damage output on team fights. They were like trying to get some advantages when it comes to dealing team fights. Yung i-build nilang team comp hopefully is enough to deal more damage than the other team. That's why they banned Kennen. It's a safe ban. Either Rafi Tulfo would have picked Kennen or Levi could have picked Kennen. But let's see. Graves ban targeting Rafi Tulfo. Sorry, Cyanide.
Rafi Tulfo? I don't think... Bakit kaya nila binan nitong Graves? I mean... Oo, maganda mag-farm to si Rafi Tulfo. Pero it's still not enough to ban Graves para sa akin. Kasi farming lang pinakita niya nun eh. Hindi pa pinakita yung mechanical skills. But I think kaya nila binan yung Graves because of his rank. Well, Challenger is Challenger. Anything that a Challenger picks is great. So I think ayun na lang tananggal nila.
We'll never know, Sir Cyanide. Baka yun lang yung 50% lakas ni Rafi Tulfo ng first game. Baka ipakita niya na 100% lakas niya dito once he picked Graves, but sadly enough, Graves was banned. And the first pick coming in for the side of Deus Ex Machina is no other than Levi's Wukong. Not surprised. It looked he dominated the top lane playing Wukong, and it's going to be another pick coming in for the side of TUP Visayas as Jace is now being hovered. This is really good coming in from TUP Visayas. This is a lot of damage. If Rafi Tulfo was able to become a raid boss using Jace, this is a lot of damage, and he locks in Jace, Sir Cyanide.
Yes, Jace has now been locked. I think this will be going onto the top lane if I'm not mistaken. So,
Yes,
top
Lee
lane,
Sin.
Lee Sin. I think gusto natin makita na magandang Lee Sin plays, mga insect kicks dyan.
Yes.
Sana makakita tayo ng mga ganun. Pero, Jace versus Wukong in the top lane, I think Wukong will have a hard time on farming on the top side because Jace is actually both range and melee.
Yes.
Kaya mukhang makakapoke siya nito lalo na yung Q niya pag naka-range range. I think ano tawag doon? Range mode or range form?
Yeah, naka-range form, Sir Sainid. Pero I think in terms of trading, I think both champions would be equal. Considering Wukong has an armor shred and Jace has 6 abilities he can use trade. Pero let's see, no, as we have a lock-in on Olaf for Ilra, no. He played Xin Zhao last game, and I think he was the X factor when it comes to jungling for Xfuse Machina. I hope to see the X factor gameplay of Ilra, I should say, for this game, Sir Sainid.
Level solo. Well, yeah, Lee Sin kasi para damage lang, no, yung ma-deal ni Lee Sin. Hindi nakasama yung knockback effect. But Nautilus against Olaf. Oh,
I think this would be.
What do you think?
I think this is another support for SPP, Sir Cyanide, no? Another hook champion for SPP. What's going to be the play, no, for SPP? It's another hook champion for SPP. We all know how good he was, how on point his death sentences was. I think his dredge line for this game would be so good, as a Vayne is now banned by the side of TUP Visayas, as they all saw. Love Use Vayne was too much for Bornacles to handle.
Well, yeah. Pero ito yung iniisip ko. Nautilus against Olaf. I think pwede pa sila mag-pick ng ibang useful champions. I think they can pick folk type like siguro Yumi. Oo, pwede yun. Morgana kasi may CC kasi. I think Janna para mahiwalay si Olaf and his teammates. Pero they still pick Nautilus. I think they're going for the carry kills sa game na to. I think hindi nila papatayin masyado si Olaf. Kasi Olaf is really hard to deal with para sa akin. Kasi yung ultimate niyan and also yung movement speed. Nakakatakot lalo na pag tumatakbo. parang hinahabol kayo ng aso eh.
So there are two variants of playing Olaf actually, Sir Cyanide. He could opt for building Chem Tank as an engage heavy jungler, or he could go for Gore Drinker, which is gonna deal so much damage as well as sustain in team fights now. Let's see what's going to be the gameplay for Ilra right here, as LeBlanc is now banned for the side of Exodus Machina as their last ban, and La Flame locks in Ezreal.
Well, yeah, Ezreal, that makes sense. Ezreal on Olaf is actually a nice counter kasi wala namang CC si Ezreal eh. We all know that Ezreal has no CC, but his Q, I forgot what it's called, but the first skill of Ezreal is actually deals so much damage that even though na ultimate si Olaf, it doesn't matter. The damage is all that matters para dito ay Ezreal, and also the disengage capabilities coming from Ezreal, lalo na't may kasama kang Lee Sin and Jace, the poke potential coming from this team composition. Yung composition ng TUP Visayas, legit na malapoke lang yan. Tignan mo, they got Ezreal, they got Jace, they got Lee Sin as disengage, Nautilus para sa engage. They got a pretty balanced composition here and there. Sylas, eto maganda rin to para makuha yung ultimate dito ni Lissandra to counter Lissandra. Or actually maganda ang makukuha dito ni Sylas except kay Aphelios. So I think this is a pretty great composition coming from TUP Visayas.
Love You locked in a 200-year champion of Aphelios. I think this is going to be a good pick for the bot lane of Exodus Machina, as the buffs coming from Lulu and the damage output Love You will be enough to absolutely dominate team fights. When it comes to Infernum, alam natin na napakaduga ng flamethrower na yan. Nakakainis yung flamethrower na yan. When it comes to crits, when it comes to the ulti setups coming in from the Aphelios is really, really good, as well as the attack speed buffs coming in from the Lulu. I think this would be an Aphelios damage dealer. It's not going to be the Lissandra or even the Wukong. It's going to be the Aphelios that will hopefully deal a lot of damage for the side of Exodus Machina. For the side of TUP Visayas, the Flames Ezreal, I haven't seen any Ezreal gameplay for the Flame, but I hope his pool of AD carries are so good to the point that his Ezreal will be god tier, I should say. But the hard engage comp from SPP because of the Nautilus, we all know Nautilus has 5 abilities that can crowd control. The setup for La Flame would be so good. The scaling of La Flame would be enough, I guess. And for the top lane matchup between Levi and Rafi Tulfo, this is going to be balanced. As I mentioned earlier. Overall, this is a balanced fight between each team, and this is going to be a good fight. Hopefully not one-sided. Hopefully, this will be a back and forth game. But for the teams, let us check out Deus Ex Machina, Ilra on Olaf, Cuddler on Lulu, Levi on Wukong, Easy LP on Lissandra, and Love You on Aphelia.
Well, on the other side, we got Rafi Tulfo as Jace, Enlightened One as Lee Sin, Mugiwaraya as Silas, and La Flame as SDL, and X-Soup as Nautilus. Kasi X-Soup pala yun, hindi pala XPP.
Oh, X-Soup.
XSPP. X-Soup pala yun. Kasi nag-comment siya, nakita ko X-Soup daw pala yun. So, salamat sa pag-enlighten sa amin. Enlightened One na rin kami. So, that's it. I think we'll be waiting for the spectator delay. And meanwhile, let's talk. Ay, wala na masyadong nagsasalita sa comment section kasi alam ko yung reason. I think alam mo yung reason eh. I think, ngayon ba yung laban ng T1 versus Damwon Kia? If I'm not mistaken,
yes sir, Cyanide. Yes sir, Cyanide. Today is October 30. Mga nag-aabang na yan para sa mga pick M sila, mga gustong makakuha ng kahon, gustong makakuha ng tokens. Pero late pa naman yun Sir Cyanide, mamaya pa namang alas 8 magsisimula yan. So wala pa. Parang inaabangan lang nila. Pero ikaw Sir Cyanide, do you have your picks for the World's semifinals game later?
Well, as a old-time player of League of Legends, T1 all around. Well, Damwon Kia is actually the modern T1. I'll get so siya yung parang nagdo-dominate ng League of Legends scene sa ngayong generation. Pero still, as an old-timer, I would still pick T1, actually. Faker number 1. Faker the GOAT. Faker the everything. Faker...
I see you're a Faker fanboy as well, no, Sir Cyanide. Me personally as well. Pero I heard from the Twitter rumors that Damwon Kia and T1 has been playing magnificent in their scrims. And considering from the top 20 of KDAs on Worlds 2021, 5 players are on the top 20 of the starting lineup of T1. That says a lot by the gameplay of the T1 players, especially for the difference maker in the jungle with Owner. I think the edge would be on T1, at least for the first game, and Dom1 will take the second game, and I think T1 will close out this game in a 3-1. And in you guys, the viewers out there watching TUP Gear Games 2021, I want you to vote who would win this first finals game. Would it be TUPM Visayas, or would it be Deus Machina? Please comment down on the stream below so we could mention you on why did you pick this team. And I personally would pick TUP Visayas, not because of their ranks, but their macro gameplay I think is significantly better than the enemy team.
Well, yeah, actually, ako silent pa rin ako. Wala pa rin ako masasabi dito. Note muna ako bago ako magsalita. Pero titingnan natin dito, may nagpapa-shoutout. Jude Angelo Gonzaga, shoutout daw kay MJ Guardamano at saka kay Rafi Tulfo. What up? Shoutout sa inyo. TUPV, more coordinated gameplay. Well, I think ayun na nga sinabi ni Salvatore kanina, and I think sobrang coordinated nga talaga nila. Salamat sa Notify, Moranay, Pamasyon. What a magnificent magandang name, ayun na lang. Pero let's see, while waiting, Wukong once again. I think best pick to ng ano, no?
Ni,
Top
ni
lane.
Levi. Yeah, sir.
Mm.
Dalawang games na nilalaro yan. And it shows how good he was peeling and dealing crowd control for X-Deuce Machina. No? Ano kaya magiging lagay niya ngayon, no? Sir Cyanide, now that he's facing a challenger top laner.
Let's go, Enlightened One coming from Christopher. Let's go indeed. At tingnan nga natin yung results kanina. Just as mentioned na Levi just set kanina. So, nilalabas nila talaga yung best pick sa finals.
Looks like Sir Cyanide, Summoner's Rift is now live. And the teams are... it looks like the battle is now commenced in a few minutes, I think. And this is going to be a good game, no? Sir Cyanide.
Yes, baka magandang laban nga ito. But we'll be seeing right now Iris TP Visayas well versus Just X Machina. And I think taga TUP Manila tong Just X Machina eh. TUP Manila versus Just X Machina. Bootleg esports fest, I think I can say. Pero ayun, I think the red side, or rather TP Visayas, will try to get some visions onto the bottom side of the map. They're looking for a gank, or rather an invade. Let's see kung anong magagawa nila. Leading the charge, it is Nautilus. Yes, Nautilus ang mauuna and nawarded dito. So, they'll get the ward plus a vision score coming from the Lee Sin, and akala nila nag-back na dito ang TP Visayas. But once again, warded yan. So, wala kayong magagawa dyan.
So they were spotted, pero hindi ibig sabihin warded yan, hindi ibig sabihin papalag ang ating mga kaibigan from X-Deuce Machina, as now pokes are now being thrown down from the Aphelios, but that's going to be a disengage from the side of TUP Visayas, no? But hopefully that is a thing for more to come, no? Para magkaroon lang tayo ng intense labanan, no? As early as now, I want every action possible in this game, as Rafi Tulfe is now walking down to the top lane, and it looks like the start of the game will now commence, as each jungler is now opting for their buffs. Each jungler is not gonna meet their Scuttle Crabs. I think they would go opposite ways. The Olaf will path to the bot lane, and Mugiwara is taking some good damage on easy LP right now with the Abscon of Duck combo. Going back to the jungle now, they are pathing for each significant lane. I think Enlightened One wants to get an early gank for the top lane, and the Olaf wants to get some significant lead for the bot lane of X-Deuce Machina, Sir Cyanide. But it looks like there's not some significant things that's happening right now on Rift. Everyone is equal, everyone is okay, everyone is dealing damage. I hope this is a good game.
Well, yeah, I think it will be a good game. Pero tingnan natin dito, Nautilus is really tanky para sa support, para kay Exup. But meanwhile, on the middle lane, we can see how much pressured Mugiwara is. Kasi grabe naman talaga yung poke capabilities dito ni Alessandra, as he just spammed his Q all throughout the laning phase. Pero tingnan natin dito, the first kill coming off from the Aphelios is there for the damage, and what a nice trade. And mukhang low health na nga dito si Azrael. He'll be forced to use his health pots right there. And on the top side, what a niche poke coming from Jace right there.
It looks like X2 has now come back down to earth as he missed the first hook of the game. That was nothing we saw on the first game he played as Thresh right now. But that's going to be, so hopefully that's going to be only one of his mistakes right now, as there are some significant pokes coming in from the bot lane of X-Deuce Machina. Levi is low, and it looks like the trades coming in from the mid lane is too much for Mugiwara to handle. To a 1,000 gold lead, I should say, coming in from the side of the X-Deuce Machina. Levi is so low. We all know the hard engage from the Rafi Tulpa is too much. One combo from this and Levi is going to die. But oh my god, the Shock Blast wasn't enough to burst down Levi. And it looks like Arturo Sky is inside of the tower, but that's not going to be enough. A flash engage coming in from Tupo. Oh my god, the tower aggro. It looks like Enlightened One for the secure of first blood coming in for TUPM's jungler.
Yeah, as already TP Visayas, but right now Silas is dealing so much damage. The third skill is there, and Olaf is here for the help. The flash has been burned. Olaf is now running but Salas is running for his life rather. But Lee Sin is here. Enlightened One, what can you do? The first kill has not been hit, but Nautilus is here to save the day. And that will be a kill coming from Enlightened One. 0-2 in the kill board, leading the charge. It is the TUP Visayas. So what a coordinated gameplay by the TUP Visayas.
Where did X-Soup come from? I think it was only going to be 2v2 coming in from Enlightened One and the mid laner, and from the jungle mid laner combo from Deus Ex Machina, but from out of nowhere, a Rocket Man went into the river and hooked down the running mate of Deus Ex Machina. 2-0 coming in from the Lee Sin. This Lee Sin is scaling really well. This is really big. We all know the early game damage for the Lee Sin is really good, and it shows the 2-0 skirmish coming in from Enlightened One is enough. And as meanwhile, Rapi Tulpa is trying to do some poking, but he missed the accelerated shock blast combo. But from the things, I think what do you say? TUP Visayas is holding their own and handling this lead really well. A 5 CS lead coming in from the Aphelios, and 27 CS lead coming in for the side of the top laner from TUP Visayas.
Well, yeah, ngayon ang nangyayari lang is the warding, it's a vision war in general. Pero Nautilus has left the bot lane and letting La Flame get some CS. But right now, Rapi Tulpo is looking for some pokes, but not enough range to get that one. Q poke, the first kill poke coming from Easy LP is dealing so much damage para sa first kill. But still, the first kill coming from Silas is actually pretty itchy and still a pretty silent map so far.
Are we going to see a really good Aphelios for Love You here? Because he would be the damage dealer for team fights with the Infernum and hopefully the Severum, because those are the weapons that deal so much damage when it comes to team fighting and sustain. We all know the power spike when it comes to building Aphelios is so good, because he could fit with Gale Force, he could fit with Kraken Slayer, he could fit with Immortal Shield Bow, hell, he could fit with Liandry's Torment if he wants to, but I don't think that would be the case for Love You, because that's how strong Aphelios is. 1,000 goldie coming in from the side of TUP Visayas right now, as all of the members of TUP Visayas are tapping the lanes really well right now. La Flame is getting his CS, a Dragon engage coming in from the side of Ilra right now, as the bot lane for Exodus Machine is now engaging inside of the tower, as meanwhile Rapi Tulpa engages Levi that has so much damage coming in from the Jace. Levi is low, Rapi Tulpa is dominating the lane against his opposer, and that is the Dragon coming in for Deus Ex Machina. Meanwhile, this is going to be a poke down on the bottom lane, but that's not going to be significant. Meanwhile, Enlightened One sees down Ilra, but here comes Easy LP with the Glacial Path. Meanwhile, Mugiwara engages inside a Glacial Prison, will not do anything for Ilra. Ilra is now down. Double kill coming in for Mugiwara at 4-0 lead coming in for TUP Visayas.
And what a landslide on the early game coming from the TUP Visayas, and the Enlightened One is still looking for the gank on the bot lane. The Polymorph is dead. Okay, the Q has been hit, and Exup will finish off Love You, and 0-5 in the kill board. Pero yung trader is Infernal Drake, and I'm pretty sure it's worth so much than that objective right there.
You can see. Oh, what a hook for X-Soup. One more hit will kill it, but the Ignite for X-Soup will take down Cuddler. That was an amazing display of skill for X-Soup. Meanwhile, on the top lane, 2v1 situation, but it looks like Levi is running away for his life. But this is going to be plates for the bottom lane of TUP Visayas, and it looks like the top lane, Levi, is not having much of a time right now. Look at the CS lead, Sir Cyanide.
Yes, I think 30-38 the CS lead coming from Rapi Tulpo. And ito yung iniisip ko kanina, the poke capabilities of the TUP Visayas is actually so massive na hindi talaga makagalaw ng maayos yung kalaban nila. The hook is there, but it's not good enough to hook Love You. Okay, the gravitational gun, if kung tama yung...
It's Gravitum, Sir Cyanide. It's Gravitum.
Gravitum. Yes. Sorry. My bad. Iba na pala.
Binago na pala.
Pero ayun, the bot lane of the TUP Visayas has disengaged for the meantime, but still the mid lane has been dominating coming from Mugiwara.
Oh, engage coming in from Easy LP. Glacial presses down Mugiwara as here comes
Oh,
Ilra. He takes the
this-
Ragnarok of Ilra to run away. What an amazing disengage for Ilra. True Shot Barrage will do nothing, but that was a smart play for Mugiwara. Instead of going aggro on Easy LP, he chose to run away to be safe.
Yes, and meron siyang sustain gamit yung second skill niya. Ayun na nga yung sinasabi ko, the third skill has not been hit, but the first skill coming from Enlightened One is so clean that he pulls that off. 0 to 7, manages to get the kill onto Easy LP, and I think this will be a landslide match. I think this will be a pretty dominating match coming from the TOP Visayas.
A surprise Lee Sin came in from the darks as he secures down the kill on an injured down Easy LP with an amazing Dragon's Rage Sonic Wave combo. No, Sir Cyanide. This is a really good, fun matchup. I'm seeing my stomach is on butterflies right now, seeing a really good Lee Sin on the side of TUP Visayas. I am so happy that he's dominating the side of the jungle right now. He's taking down Rift Herald, and it looks like, I don't know, it looks like there's more to come for the side of TUP Visayas when it's come to taking objectives, plates, and as well as taking other camps. Team fighting wise, I would say TUP Visayas has an edge on this when with their item lead, no? And look at the CS lead for Rapi Tulfo and Levi. Levi is not having on the top lane right now. Obviously, like a 50 CS lead for the side of Rapi Tulfo against his opposer Levi. I don't think any top laner would want to see that.
Well, meron ditong parang inisip, oh wait lang, bago ako magsalita, grabe yung poke dito ni Silas. The trades is there, but it's not enough to get a kill on each side. Pero yun na yung sinasabi ko, Aphelios can do some late game damage. Ano ba yan? Di ako nagsasalita. The fights all over the map, is all over the place. The third skill has been hit. The SS coming from Lysander is there. Can he finish this off? No, the first skill, oh yes, he did! Mugiwara is down, killing spree as he kills off Lysandra. 0 to 8 ang ating kills, and what a dominating mid lane coming from Mugiwara.
This is what I'm telling you about Sir Cyanide, the macro gameplay of TUP Visayas showing into the final game of Gear Games 2021. No, every lane is doing its work. Meanwhile, an engage coming in from Love You right now as he's being overextended right now. A Warthog coming in from Enlightened One is not going to be enough. But this is a 3v2. No one's coming down to the bot lane. I think this could be a dive right now. Everyone is low as the Rift Herald is now being spawned on the bot lane, but that's going to be a disengage coming in from the bot lane of Deus Ex Machina as Shelly is now taking down the tower on the bottom lane. That's going to be enough gold to give them a 5,000 gold lead and an 8 kill lead for TUP Visayas.
Yes, and 5k, maybe 4.8? If I'm not mistaken.
It was 5k kanina. It was 5k flat kanina, Sir Cyanide, when I was reading it off of it. But this is
Well,
going to
yeah,
be
5.3.
Yeah, okay, this is going to be a first blood turret secured by the bot lane of TUP Visayas right now. As Enlightened One is on the Raptor camp of Ilra right now. He's doing some really good
Oh, the
counter
pause.
jungling and a
Oh,
pause.
the combo.
Ooh, what pause was that? Okay, that was an unexpected pause right now. But it looks like there's good chances that TUP Visayas is able to cap all of the objectives right now in this game.
Yes, indeed. At mukhang mabubuhay na, and buhay na nga yung dragon natin dito. I think, di ko alam kung sa akin lang to, pero naghahang ata yung...
Sa akin din, Sir Cyanide. Sa akin din.
I think naghahang there is some technical difficulties na nangyayari, but yeah, we are back at it again. Holy
Ayan
scene, the gank, can he go for this one? The ultimate, the Lulu ultimate is there, and the sustain coming from Olaf, and the flash out is there to save his life in the dive. Oh my god, what a nice stun coming from Nautilus. Ravi Tulfo will finish him off. The ultimate coming from Lysandra. I think this is not enough to be alive, and mukhang napatalon pa nga si Wukong. The ultimate of Wukong is actually super good, but not enough follow-off to deal some damage and to get some kills onto the side of TUP Visayas. The damage of Jace is there, but yeah, that will be it. 3-0 on that clash, and actually a dragon on top of that. It's 0 to 11 or kill, plus 1 Cloud Drake, and I think this is it for this game. Well, masyadong maaga, pero I think I'm positive na this will be a pretty hard matchup para sa Just Ex Machina.
If you saw what I saw, Sir Cyanide, no, Rafi Tulfo used the blast cone to displace Levi to the 3 members of TUP Visayas now to secure the kill. You said the Cyclone was too good, but it wasn't good enough because there was no counter engage coming in from the side of Deus Ex Machina because there were like 3 people dead on that team fight, no? Pero this lead is so big, pwede pa gamitin next game yung perang naipon tsaka na torre na ginagamit ngayon ng TUP Visayas, mga kaibigan. 13-minute mark, and it looks like every aspect of the game is being dominated by TUP Visayas, and it shows. Rafi Tulfo can go 1v9 if he wants to, but he's playing safe, I should say. 12.
Well, yeah. Well, sa last games ni Rafi Tulfo, ito yung talagang napansin ko sa kanya. He's not that eye-catcher na player.
Yes.
Like the Insect plays, or rather, sino ba yung mga sikat na top lane? Dyrus, if you know if you knew Dyrus, yung mga ganun. Well, hindi siya malaganon na player. I think he's on the side of being a safe player. Kung alin yung mas logical doon siya. Kaya hindi masyadong mataas yung kill participation niya. But right now, the 3v2 clash, the true shot barrage coming from Ezreal deals so much damage, but it's not enough to get a kill onto Olaf. The shutdown coming from Olaf is there, and this is the first kill coming from the Deus Ex Machina.
And considering that was a shutdown coming in from the side of Deus Machina says a lot. They shut down the Nautilus that didn't even have significant KDA, no? He went 2-0 and 4. I think he had a bounty, that's why he had a shutdown. But that tells you how strong each and every lane TUP Visayas had, no? And it looks like Mugiwara will conclude the top lane on the top lane tower right now as he zones down Levi to the dismay of his tower. And it's going to be another engage coming in from Mugiwara to the minions right now as Levi is now hiding into the bush. There's no engage coming in from each side of the team, but it's going to be a really good engage coming in from the mid lane as La Flame is now securing the mid lane tower as well as with Exup. As meanwhile Exup lines in a burst damage coming in from the Nautilus, and the Ezreal is too much for the side of Easy LP as he was bursted by the bot lane duo of TUP Visayas.
Well, yeah, the chain CC coming from Nautilus is actually so irritating for me. Na pag nakuha ka ng hook niya, timpla ka muna kape. Pwede ka na magtimpla ng kape. Pagbalik mo, tahan na matatapos yung CC niya. But right now, 9k gold lead if I'm not mistaken, or 8.5k gold lead coming from the TUP Visayas, and Olaf is trying to defend the mid lane. The Q is there, but it's not enough damage.
Yun nga, no, Sir Cyanide. No? He could have been reported by AFK sa sobrang taming CC na sinalo ni Easy LP. But I hope that wouldn't be the case as La Flame engages down Ilra. But here comes the safeguard coming in from Enlightened One. There's not going to be an engage, but it was just a poke damage coming in from TUP Visayas as they're hopefully opting for Rift Herald because they have now the dominance over the map as Ilra is now opting for the top lane push as well. And it looks like Levi is on a whole lot of is stuck on an island right now as they caught Mugiwara on a rock in a hard place right now as Ragnarok's in. Glacial Prison popped by the hijack Mugiwara. But I wanted a amazing insect coming in from Enlightened One sets up, but there's too much members from Deus Ex Machina. It's a 2v5, I should say. A shutdown coming in from Levi to Enlightened One as Mugiwara runs away. Shutdown again coming in from Levi as he's getting all the shutdown gold he needs. Rafi Tulfo and the 3 members are running away from Rafi Tulfo. An amazing Dredge Line coming in from the side of Exup. Ultimate coming in from Love You is not going to do enough damage as they are now disengaging right now. It looks like a 5-man engage coming in from the side of Deus Ex Machina to take down a running Rafi Tulfo as he flashes away. And that was an amazing 4-for-1 trade coming in from the 3-for-1 trade, I should say, for Deus Machina.
Well, I think 3-for-0 trade.
I think was it 3-for-0?
Yes, buhay lahat ng ano.
Oh, my bad.
Well, I think it's surprising. Well, I think di mo rin inaasahan na 3-for-0 yun kasi TUP Visayas here has so much damage. So, it's actually, paano ba sabihin to? Hindi maganda na nangyari sa kanila yung 3-for-0, or rather hindi ko panipaniwala. Kasi, what are they doing? They're just throwing their lead right now.
I hope that throw of a lead wasn't significant as they are now opting for Dragon right now, Sir Cyanide. I think it was a sketchy engage coming in for Enlightened One and Enlightened One and Mugiwara, because he insect someone with 3 members in the backline, and that caused the death of Enlightened One. And it looks like as a trade, they're now taking Rift Herald right now for Deus Ex Machina, because Mugiwara is now trying to delay any engages as Rapitulfo bursts down Easy LP. Easy LP is now on the backline as he dredge lines down the carries of Deus Ex Machina. Here comes the fight coming on from the DOP. Besides, Ilra is so low, but X2 is so much a glacial prison pop by Easy LP, but that's going to be taking longer of his death. Rapitulfo takes down Easy LP, and this is a Rift Herald that was supposed to be taken by X-Deus Machina, but is now in the hands of TUP Visayas.
Well, yeah, I think the whole game, isa lang ang nakuha objective dito ng X-Deus Machina or Just Ex Machina, I forgot. Just Ex Machina, yeah. Pero, it's an Infernal Drake. Can the Infernal Drake ba help them na mapatagal tong game na to? Or baka, I think this is actually a team diff. The macro is actually put so much pressure sa Just Ex Machina. Grabe yung map placement or macro dito. Macro place ng TUP Visayas. To the point na hindi talaga makagalaw ng maayos yung Just Ex Machina.
You said it right, Sir Cyanide, no? The positioning of every team, every member of TUP Visayas was on point, to the point that they were tanking a lot of damage for the Flame for him to deal a lot of damage to the carries of Deus Ex Machina. As into the 1945 minute mark, we have a significant goalie coming in from TUP Visayas right now, and it looks like the CS scores tells a lot of how big the lead TUP Visayas holds within their hands. The Flame is dealing so much damage onto the backline of each member of Deus Ex Machina, as well as the presence of Rapitulfo when it comes to dealing damage. He has now accomplished the Muramana, and as well as the Eclipse. You all know the Eclipse lethality damage is so amazing, and as well as the mana scaling coming in from the side of Muramana. His damage will be much more when he gains more mana when he scales late into the game, and this is going to be a lot of damage coming in from the side of TUP Visayas.
Well, I think nagsasaya ng oras dito yung TUP Visayas. Why are they in bot lane? Wala pa namang DR na mag-spawn, I think. Actually, nagsasaya sila ng oras. Hindi ko naman bakit. Pero they can push mid, they can put pressure on mid to give space on Silas on the bot lane. Pero, nagabang sila sa Tribush. Doon na sa Rapitulfo, hindi, nagpupush lang siya doon and nagiging useful yung time niya. Wala siyang nasasayang na oras. Pero tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari dito. Rapitulfo has now been contested by Levi. What can Levi do? The poke coming from Q is super itchy. Okay, just go back. Well, yeah, 4-14 in our kills, and the mid is gonna be pushed by the TUP Visayas. The hit, the normal attack coming from Jace is actually deals so much damage right now, and Levi has now been forced to back off. And the tower, I think, will go to the TUP Visayas. They got a 4-man on the top lane. I think they'll be going for the Baron, and
yes, it is, Sir Cyanide. They're going for Baron.
Yes.
They are going for Baron, Sir Cyanide, as they want to end the game with a lot of leads right now. They are taking every objective in the name of Summoner's Rift right now, as they're taking down this Baron so fast. Faster than anything, faster inside of Summoner's Rift. As meanwhile, Ilra wants to steal the dragon, but the carries of TUP Visayas is too good, as they now secure the first Baron of the game.
That's the first Baron indeed. And I think mukhang okay na mag-split push sila dito. Kasi they have actually a pretty great advantage in terms of individual items or individual skills. But still, ayun yung sinasabi ko, mas okay na mag-split push na lang muna sila kasi mas may utilize yung oras nila ng mas maayos. Pero tingnan mo to, nagsama-sama dito yung Just Ex Machina, the more reason para mag-split push sila.
I think the vision that the TUP Visayas holds gives them the ability to split push as much as they want, no? Rafi Tulfo teleported down to the bottom lane as he's now trying to get something, probably a significant gold lead against his opposer. As look at the CF lead from him against Levi as he's now being caught by Ilra and EasyLP. Is this going to be a kill coming in for the Ilra right now as Rafi Tulfo's damage is so much? I think he's going to re-engage again. Accelerated Shock Blast is dealing so much damage as now the Rift Herald is now spawned onto the mid lane as they're now taking down the second turret. But meanwhile, the raid boss of the game, Rafi Tulfo, is taking 2 members of Deus Ex Machina inside of his hands. But that was an amazing 2-shot barrage to harass Cuddler and as well as his carry right now. A lot of 2 more hits. 2 more hits. This tower is done for as he engages inside the tower. As he Everfrost, the snare was so good, but Love You triggered the Immortal Shield Bow that caused him to have a sustain. That was an amazing engage coming in from the side of TUP Visayas as he Dragon Rages Ilra to get the kill. What? Ilra was walking on the opposite side of the map, but Enlightened One capitalized that with an amazing Dragon's Rage onto the wall that cost him his death.
Well, yeah, Ilra is now gone. Oh, the BM is there. Oh my god, na pong mag-BM dito si Levi despite having so much gold disadvantage. The Everfrost is good for 2, but I think he's gonna go for this engage right now. The 3rd dragon of the game, the Soul Point coming from the TUP Visayas is there, and I think this will put so much pressure on the side of Deus Ex Machina as Rafi Tulfo destroyed the tower or the second tower in the bot lane.
Gaya ng sabi ng mga malalakas pang trash talk, pwede pa gamitin ng TUP Visayas ang mga tore nila for next game. No, napakalapit talaga ng pressure dito from the side of TUP Visayas right now. Emotes are now coming down, an engage coming in from Love You will deal so much damage for the side of X-Soup. Meanwhile, bursted down EasyLP with at least 3 abilities. A flash, but a Zonius for EasyLP will cause the death. Shock Blast was calculated to take down EasyLP, but here comes Ilra with a flash undertow. It's not hitting. It's not slowing down Rafi Tulfo. Rafi Tulfo runs away. What?
The bait! Nag-flash siya, tapos napazone dito si Lisandro. But right now, we'll be looking at another clash. The triple knockback coming from Levi is good, but not enough damage has been dealt. What can they do? Ezreal has been kiting here and there. I think he's gonna be dead in the hands of Wukong. The teleport coming from Rafi Tulfo is there. The damage is down here. The trade skill is there. The Rafi Tulfo is now on Rampage as he kills the Olaf. And right now, Silas is there, still some more damage, and Levi is now back into the 90s as he sees his screen turn into the black and white. And the first kill has been hit. Quadra kill, go for the Penta. Jace, what are you doing? The first kill, what are you doing? Penta, please go for the Penta.
Penta kill.
First Penta. Oh,
Penta
yes,
kill.
the Penta kill coming from Rafi Tulfo has now been served, and I think this is a good game in the hands of the TUP Visayas.
I think you have some explanation to do, Sir Signed, by saying Rafi Tulfo isn't a showy top laner as he shows the first pentakill of the game right now. Rafi Tulfo really dominated that teleport. He showed his presence. He showed his power spike. He's now 8-0-4. He was the difference maker in that team fight when Enlightened One and LaFlame was caught really hard by Deus Ex Machina. And that one teleport single-handedly turned the tides of the team fight. That was an amazing display of talent by Rafi Tulfo.
Yes, grabe naman to si Rafi Tulfo. 8-0. What a perfect timing of the teleport right there. Well, logical. I said it earlier, he's not that showmaker, but logical player. So I think medyo tama ako na mali. Pero ayun nga, 7-21 in our score. I think they got at least 2 or 3 kills sa side ng Deus Ex Machina to close off the gap. Pero it's still not enough para sa TUP Visayas as Jace got the first penta of the Guerrilla Games in history. So I think it will be a pretty dominating match as well in the next game. Pero titingnan natin, let's see at what are the objectives. I think the Baron will spawn in 1 minute. At mag-isa na nga na si Mugiwara. The Glacial Prison is there. Kasama pa ang Olaf. And nag-ultimate na nga rin dito si Silas. So, can he disengage in the hands of Olaf? And Lisandra, he turns back on this one. Gets a kill onto EasyLP. But what you need to in the hands of Olaf, the life steal is there. The third skill is here. The damage that you dealt is here. 7 to 22. And he chooses to disengage. The 2v1 play is not enough to kill off Mugiwaraya. And the top lane has now been disintegrated by the DUP besides right there.
Mugiwara, threaded the needle between two players of Deus Ex Machina to take down Easy LP, no? That was an amazing display of skill for Mugiwara, as it looks like Rafi Tulfa is now teleporting to finish the game. Nexus turret number 1 is now being taken down by 3 members. Nexus turret number down. Oh, it looks like they're trying to dive the fountain right now as, oh my god, Rafi Tulfo is now experiencing the first death of his game. 8-1 and 5 right now as he was caught inside of the well right now. But that's not going to be enough to get a lead for the Deus Ex Machina because the Nexus is open. The Nexus is close to dying. Ladies and gentlemen, the first game is now being taken by TUP Visayas in a not even close game.
Not even a close way. A close game indeed. So actually, Rafi Tulfo, I think first death of Rafi Tulfo is greater. What a pretty dominating match coming from the TUP Visayas, and I think we should see how Just Ex Machina deal with this one. Kasi as I said earlier, best of 3 ang game na to. Hindi porket dominating ang first game, there's no chance in the second game. They can still counter Rafi Tulfo. Pero tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari dito as we move on to the second game. But before that, let's look at the damage dealt if we can do so.
Oh my god. Not even surprised. 28k damage.
Yes, 28k damage indeed, and only 1 death on top of that. So I think we'll not be having a short break. I think tuloy-tuloy na to sa second game. So, tingnan natin kung ano na mangyayari dito sa second game, or are the players ready for this game?
I hope the players are ready, no, Sir Signage, kasi wala nang pahingaan to. Kung ano lang kaya nilang gawin. Kung ano lang yung kaya nilang ibigay, kailangan nilang ibigay ngayon kasi mga pangalan nila yung nakataya dito, Sir Signage. Wala nang pahingaan. Deus Ex Machina need to revise their plans in taking down objectives and as well as improving their macro gameplay against the top dogs of this tournament, the TUP Visayas, no, Sir Signade. But I guess TUP Visayas will top that even more when they play this next game.
Well, yes. Pero ito na nga ang mangyayari. I think we'll be waiting for the custom lobby to pop off. But before that, let's talk about the comment section. Mga bossing, mga hawks, mga boss idol Lodi Cakes. Lahat na sinabi, no? Pero ayun, kamusta kayo dyan? And what do you think is gonna happen in the round 2 of the finals?
My goodness, Sir Signade, tinatanong pa ba yan? Wala mang mag-a-adjust yung Deus Ex Machina, but TUP Visayas will be playing 4D chess if that would be the case. TUP Visayas showed their dominance from quarterfinals to semis up to the finals, no? I think they didn't drop a single game. I think that was the case. But macro-wise, TUP Visayas has it. They all have all the stops to win team fights, get objectives, improve in each macro, like change their punishments to more of opportunities. Kasi pag napapunish sila, nagka-counter engage sila to something even more stronger. And that was I was observed when spectating the game of TUP Visayas, no. La Flame was the difference maker on that game as well as Rafi Tulfo when it comes to dealing damage. Enlightened One was initiating some fights to get some gold for La Flame, and each lane was supporting one of the other, and that was the difference maker when it comes to Deus Ex Machina against TUP Visayas.
Oh yes. The macro is indeed yung pinaka-important na nangyayari or rather yung factor na wala ang Just X Machina na ano, meron ang TP Visayas. The macro place is there, the TP place is here, and ang dami nangyayari. All in all, their team is pretty coordinated, and I think ito yung team na ipapasok nila sa upcoming event na mangyayari sa January. Or let's see kung may iba pa sila ang tinatagong players na malalakas.
I would not be surprised if TP Visayas would be the representatives. No, they all have they have deserved the opportunity to perform in in the Gear Games 2021, and they deserve the opportunity to represent TUP as a whole in tournaments like this. No, sir, and Sir Cyanide. With a team comp like this, with a synergy and chemistry, I think TUP Visayas is one of the top dogs when it comes to playing League of Legends in general. No, Sir Cyanide.
Yes. Pero tingnan natin talaga, ba't parang tagal nila bumalik? Well, habang hinihintay sila, kumustahin muna natin yung comment section. Bubuksan ko na monitor ko, pre. Coming from Francis Valenzuela. Uy, hindi pa hindi pa daw binubuksan yung monitor. Grabe naman yun. Knife mid. Naging Valorant. Walang galingan Rafi Tulfo. Bawi, pre. Aram, may next game ba? Well, yes, my next game talaga. We'll be going on to the round 2 of the finals as we wait for the players to go into the lobby and immediately start this off. At syempre, wag na natin patagalin pa yung laban, no? I think mas mabilis, mas maganda kasi habang nag-iinit pa, wag na natin palamigin yung momentum ng bawat team.
You said it right, Sir Cyanide. With all the momentum that TUP Visayas holds, I think they would have the edge in the upcoming game, no? Draft-wise, walang nagagawa yung bans ng Exodus Machina because everyone has their own amazing champion pool. They're flexible, they all deal damage, they're meta, and as well as they deliver when it comes to team fighting, Sir Cyanide. Banning Thresh, banning Thresh, sige, I would pick Nautilus, as Exup would say. His Nautilus had the presence of a jungler, no? Where he was roaming, he was helping ganks, he was setting up for the carries. That was an amazing display of support for Exup.
Well, yeah, I think this picks up for their experience. Lalo na tinan mo naman tong si Rafi Tulfo, 1,000 wins. Well, 1,000 wins is 1,000. Mukhang grabe, addict to for this season, Mukhang lawless life talaga to, Pero, just a reminder, for those students na sumasali, please prioritize your academics bago tayo maglaro. Although, yes, you got the skills, you got the mechanical skills there. Syempre, wag natin kakalimutan yung pag-aaral natin. Ayun pa rin yung magdadala sa atin in the future. Pero, right now, I think both teams are ready and we can start the game. And let's see kung anong gagawin dito ng Just X Machina para makabawi sa nangyari nung round 1.
It's going to be a really big difference maker for Exodus Machina. I hope they're making a new game plan to take down the Titans, the top dogs, the gods of this tournament, the TUP Visayas, no? Their display of skill is so top-notch to the point that no team is able to give them a hard time. They all won their games, and it shows, Sir Cyanide. This TUP Visayas as a whole is amazing. Like their way of team fighting, their objectives wise, their ability to set up ganks to get some significant leads. And it looks like the banning phase has now commenced. Rafi Tulfo is now hovering someone that is going to be a big ban for the side of TUP Visayas. Kennen first ban.
Kennen. Oh, okay, Kennen. Oh, the dodge? What? Hello?
Oh? Custom
well,
game
I
dodge?
think I think okay lang naman since ang first ban naman dito is Rafi ay galing sa TUP Visayas, and I think we should proceed on to the same ban until Kennen. So, ayun.
From what I'm seeing no in the chat, Sir Cyanide, I think Enlightened One disconnected.
Well, yeah.
I think I hope he reconnects as much as early as now para makapagsimula na tayo sa second game natin. I hope the disconnection wasn't a sign na nawalan sila ng internet, no? But I hope he comes back strong. Ayun, mga nagsisilid na. Pero let's go back to the comment section, no, Sir Cyanide, as we are seeing some viewers still watching strong to support their teams of Vikings or Cyanide, no?
Well, yeah. Page, complete page, DC, ang daming, mukhang daming supporter dito ng TUP Visayas, ha.
Mm-hmm.
Exup for the win. Well, yeah, grabe talaga si Exup. Solid na solid yung ano niya dito. Solid na solid yung support niya. He's actually doing a pretty great job as a support. Pero Mugiwara is now back. At titingnan na lang natin. Si Enlightened One is now back also. So, ayusin lang yung roles and will be back on the champion select. And I think yung technical difficulties is all goods na.
Hopefully, Sir Cyanide, hopefully yun lang yung magiging technical difficulties natin. But here comes the second game of TUP Gear Games 2021. TUP Visayas versus Deus Ex Machina. What's going to be the second game verdict, Sir Cyanide? I hope I hope this is going to be a comeback for Deus Machina para mas intense, no? Pero I think the upper edge of momentum would have to go to TUP Visayas just because of their ulitin ko pa ba, macro gameplay, of course. But let's see what's going to be the counter engage coming in from the side of Deus Ex Machina.
And yes, siguro tingnan natin kung ano ibaba nila. Well, they can ban Thresh again. They can ban Graves again. Yeah, they can ban Thresh. And also they can ban Graves again. I think mas okay na mag-focus sila kay Rafi Tulfo and Exo. For the meantime, Mugiwara, La Flame, and the Lighter One is still not doing paano ko ba sasabihin? Eye-catching na role or eye-catching job. Puro lang sila, they're just doing their job stably, or rather linear yung gawa ng trabaho, resulting to a win for them kasi hindi sila gumagawa ng risky plays or eye-catching plays. Tamang lang talaga sila, as I said earlier, linear, logical, parang si Rafi Tulfo. Sumbungan ng bayan.
Sumbungan ng bayan, Senator Rafi Tulfo. Taga-ayos ng problema sa umaga, LOL player sa gabi, Sir Cyanide. And it looks like the ban coming in from the ban from Deus Ex Machina, a Silas ban targeted to Mugiwara. But I think he has a lot of champions his pool for just a Silas to be banned. No, I don't think the bans would have an initial effect when it comes to TUP Visayas' performance, because I think that every player has their really big champion pool. So the first pick is a Lucian for La Flame, no, Sir Cyanide. What do you think of this?
La Flame for Lucian, a pretty new champion. Okay, sige. May mamimigay daw ng 100. Wait lang, screenshot ko lang. Ilapin niyo yan, may mamimigay ng 100 daw pag may pumili ng ADC na Timo. Go, come on.
May mamimigay ng 100?
Come on.
100?
The 100 is gone.
Ako na Gcash, Sir Cyanide. Napaka-face ka pa man din. Uy! Yun na.
Come on, please. Please do it. Please, come on.
Little known fact sa Korea, ang Timo Top, 49% yung win rate niya, which is considered good. So if he plays Timo Top, which is not good to be the case, it would be logical, I guess. Pero it's not, I don't think that would be enough to counter the counter initiations from each side. Pinapaasa tayo ng mga tao dito, mga Lodi Cakes. But kung mag-hover kayo ng Timo, panindigan nyo. And panindigan nyo. Huwag nyong tatalikuran yung mga pinapanindigan nyo sa una pa lang. Lock in, 2 seconds. Is this going to be a lock in, Timo? No!
No. Timo, come on. Mugiwara. Hello, Timo. Come on.
Timo mid? Mugiwara, alam ko naririnig mo kami, nanonood ka ng stream. Di ba?
Come on, Timo.
Nanonood na stream.
Come on, Timo. Please, speak, Timo. Hello?
Come on. 2. No. We got our hopes up for signing. It's okay.
Yeah, kidding aside, Lucian, Jarvan, and Nautilus is actually a pretty decent composition. Kasi Nautilus, nakita naman natin kanina yung chances niya, it's actually super dominating, or rather, nakaka-pressure na makakita ng Nautilus sa map. And as Jarvan engaged na makakasabay kay Nautilus and sabayan mo pa ng Lucian calling, grabe yung damage nun. Well, on the other side, we can see Ashe, Nami, and Daisy. And I think they're going for that disengage composition. Well, sa kabilang banda, ang Ashe, Nami composition as well as Lee Sin, it's actually a pretty great pick para sa engage. Pero knowing that TUP Visayas is being aggressive sa mga clashes, I think may-utilize nila tong Nami and Ashe as a disengage picks.
That is right, Sir Cyanide, no? Like a ban per set coming in from the side of TUP Visayas, as well as the Oriana targeting the mid lane pool of Mugiwaraya. That was an amazing ban for the side of X2's Machina. I think that still wouldn't have an effect in Mugiwaraya's performance. And as the X2's Machina is now hovering their last ban of the game, a Graves targeted to Rafi Tulfo once again with his signature Graves. I think it was his signature Graves. But this is going to be the last ban as well for the side of TUP Visayas. What's going to be? I think they would target something in the top lane and as well as the ADC role, because Levi and Love You hasn't picked their champions yet. What's going to be the ban here for the side? And that's going to be a Fiora targeted to Levi.
Well, yeah, Fiora. Levi, what is he gonna pick right now? I think the top lane coming from Rafi Tulfo is still open. So, inihintay niya ata mag-pick si Levi dito para ma-counter niya agad. Pero tingnan natin, Galio in the middle lane, if I'm not mistaken, is there. So, Levi has the advantage in terms of what should I say? Levi has the advantage in terms of champion pick right here.
My apologies. No, I think Love You already has hovered his champion with Ashe. It was Levi and Cuddler that doesn't. No, Cuddler already has Nami. I think Izzy LP doesn't still have a mid laner, or this will be a Galio mid lane. But a Kai'Sa, is this going to be a top or mid Lucian and a bot lane Kai'Sa? I don't know. I think this is going to be a top Lucian for Rafi Tulfo, Sir Cyanide. A really good pick coming in from the side of TUP Visayas. This is meta, Sir Cyanide. Range top laners are the bane of every melee top laners. Their outplay potential, like we're not gonna talk about their setups for ganks, but their ability to bully top laners to miss some waves and miss some significant gold is so good. That's why I think this Lucian top pick is so good. And Jace to count.
Well, actually,
Jace
is actually pretty good pick.
Oh, a Jax.
Hmm.
How is it going to fare with an amazing player like Rafi Tulfo, Sir Cyanide?
Jax has chance against Lucian. Well, honestly, Jax is actually a counter para sa mga range champions because of his counter attack. He can just counter attack and dodge or block the full normal attacks that is coming to him. Pero in terms of trading, kasi syempre counter attack has cooldown. Hindi niya naman lagi pwede gamitin yan or mawawalan siya ng mana. So I think in long term, makakapok tong solution. But in terms of 1v1s or face-to-face battles, I think Jax has a chance to win. Lalo na't pag na-stun niya si Rafi Tulfo habang nagda-dash.
Yes, Sir Cyanide. The first step damage from Jax is going to be good as long as he counter strikes all the significant damage for Rafi Tulfo. As we have now commenced the game 2 of TUP Gear Games 2021 from the side of TUP Visayas. Representing Visayas, Rafi Tulfo playing as Lucian, Enlightened One playing as Jarvan, Mugiwara playing as Kassadin, LaFlame on his Kai'Sa, and X-Soup on his Nautilus.
Well, yeah, but on the other side, on to the Just Ex Machina, it is Lee Sin as Ilra, or yeah, Easy LP as Jax, Cuddler as Nami, Levi as Galio, and Love You as Ashe. Right there. And para sa akin, ang insights ko dito sa Just Ex Machina, Etong pick na to is actually a pick that I can see into the professional scene of League of Legends. Kung tama ba ako or baka dating pick sa League of Legends, ganito yung makikita mong composition sa mga yun. Galio in the middle lane is actually pretty tanky and pretty itchy in terms of poking. So, that's it.
Sir Signing, did you observe na I think this is going to be a lane swap between EasyLP and Levi. Levi is now going mid lane as EasyLP is now going to the top lane to match down Rafi Tulfo. I think that would be the case. EasyLP played Lissandra on the last game, played as mid lane, and now he's playing going Jax in the top lane. But let's see if this is a Jax mid lane or is this a Galio top lane. I don't know. Let's see. But as we wait for the spectator delay, I want you all guys to vote who is going to win the game 2 of the finals right now. If you want to see TUP Visayas to win, can I see some comments rooting down for TUP Visayas? For the people who love their Deus Ex Machina fans, Deus Ex Machina players, I should say, please comment down that Deus Ex Machina will win and why. We are now going to read on to the comments as we wait for the spectator delay. And thank you for tuning in for this long in TUP Gear Games. In behalf of everyone, we thank you.
T1 win coming from Kian Victoria. Well, yeah, T1 win. TUPV win. Well, Jude, bakit? Bakit TUPV win? Ano sa tingin mo? Bakit sila mananalo? Go
Bakit
Pinky.
sila?
Who the heck is Pinky? Sino si Pinky? Di wala na si Pinky.
May naliligaw na player. Ba't ganun?
Well, yeah. Pero I think tropa to ng TUP Visayas. Pero tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari dito. I think, in terms of damage dealt, I think TUP Visayas has the advantage. Pero in terms of macro, kung magamit man na maayos to ng Just Ex Machina will have the advantage in terms of macro. Galio, on the other hand, has the what they call this, the heroic I forgot the ultimate of Galio, but the ultimate of Galio is actually a pretty great skill para maka respo sa mga kampi niya. On top of that, meron pang teleport si Jax. So I think in terms of roaming or the map pressure, I think it will go to the Deus Ex Machina pag ginamit nila ito ng maayos.
As long as that TUP Visayas will give EasyLP a hard time at the top lane, I don't think EasyLP will have a much easier time healing into the mid game. But let's see what's going to be the turn of events as we wait the loading screen right now. This is the game, once again, the game 2 of Gear Games 2021, hosted by TUP Gear. Once again, thank you for everyone for tuning in to this stream. We are now in game 2 right now, and the picks wise, there is no significant difference. Exup in his signature Nautilus, LaFlame with his comfort pick of a Kaisa, Mugiwara with his Kassadin, Enlightened One on the Jarvan, and the most wonderful Lucian top by Rafi Tulfo.
Well, yes. Lucian top. Di pa rin napasok sa utak ko kung bakit sila nag-Lucian top. Pero actually para sa akin mas okay yung Kassadin top tapos Lucian mid.
Actually sir, good yun kasi pwede baka lang kasi in terms of trading malugi si Mugiwara kasi considering Jax has a really good trade, niya madodge yung W ng Kassadin. Pwede siya pwede siya mag counter engage with leap strike if ever na mag overextend si Mugiwara. But the Lucian pick I think is safe para makapag-farm siya in range. I think this would be a babysitting top laner for Rafi Tulfo when it comes to him and Enlightened One. And as we wait for the Summoner's Rift to spawn, thank you once again for everyone. Shout out sa kay Christina Agustin na nagpapa-shoutout din. Shout out sa inyo, and especially shout out din sa mga ka-blockmates ko. Shout out sa buong BSCPET 1E. I love you all and I hope to see you on Wednesday or Tuesday. Tuesday when it comes to our online classes, no. I hope everyone is having a nice evening, no, in our viewers as we are now closing in to Summoner's Rift right now. And it looks like this is going to be the game 2 start of Game 2, I should say, of the Gear Games 2021 Finals.
Tingnan natin dito kung ano yung early strategy ng TUP Visayas. Last round, they tried to invade in the bot lane or bottom side. Tingnan natin kung ano yung gagawin nila ngayon. Are they going to the top side or the red side of the Juice Ex Machina? Or still proceed onto the bottom side of the map? But I think they'll be going to the red buff.
No, I think
Of
they're...
the-
yes, they are going to the red buff of Deus Ex Machina right now. 5 members of TUP Visayas are now opting into the top lane as they are now going to meet Easy LP on the top lane. Will they be able to hook him? Easy LP is trapped right now as he spots down XL as he spots down X-Soup. Dredge line on
the
two
Q!
as he hits. What an amazing display of skill coming in from X-Soup, but that's going to be a flash, a burnt summoner spell for Easy LP as he flashes away for his safety. I think that would be worth when you're laning against a ranged champion. You don't have any forms of escape right now. That is already a lead for Rafi Tulfo right now.
Yes. Wala nang flash dito si Jax and also wala nang ignite si X-Soup. But I think it doesn't matter because in the early game, hindi naman nata nagagamit yung ignite sa early game. So I think it's not that relevant in terms of early game. Pero ngayon, tingnan natin kung magiging stable ba yung farming dito ng Enlightened One as mukhang malilate siya or hindi siya malilate. Sakto lang yung time niya sa pagpunta sa red buff. So, ayun. Lee Sin right now started into the blue buff. Kanina napansin natin siyang pumunta sa red buff. Akala natin mag-start siya ng red buff pero nung nakita niyang may nag-invade, lumipat siya sa blue buff. Ano kaya yung plano niyang gawin ngayon?
Ay, hopefully makapag-skirmish sa Scuttle Crab para lang magkaroon siya ng significant early lead against the amazing jungler of TUP Visayas. No? And going back to the top lane, all the Jarvan has to do is like do a level 3 cheese to the top. Wala nang flash yan. So he has no any forms of escape. If ever that Easy LP learns W and E, he doesn't have any forms of escape because he doesn't have a ward to leap strike on, no? So I think an early gank would be amazing for the side of Enlightened One, as there are now significant trades for the top side, and there is no fights coming down from the bottom lane. Each lane is now passive in every aspect.
Well, yeah. But right now, in terms of summoner spell, the gank coming from Jarvan, but the hook is not good. And the third skill, first skill is there, the airborne is here, but the flash, the heal is now burned. But the trades, or rather the damage trade, it will be the Just Ex Machina will be the one grabbing that one. Oh,
Amazing dodge for Cuddler, no? He was so close to getting the dredge line hook for X-Soup. That would have been first blood with a follow-up from Enlightened One as Ilra is now on the Raptor side. I think he's going to go for a level 4 gank on the top lane because the top lane is now being pushed by Rafi Tulfo, no? You can see the lane gap, no? Sir Cyanide, look at the CS difference from the Jax and Rafi against Rafi Tulfo. Considering this is a Jax, a hard engage carry with Counter-Strike with a loads of potential in trading. Look at Levi right now, trading blows against Mugiwaraya. Levi is low. Mugiwaraya has a lot of damage right now. Nether Blade is dealing so much damage against Levi, but that's not going to be enough to kill down Levi.
well, yeah. Obviously, Levi is pretty tanky, especially in the early game. So, nandyan na yan. Pero tingnan natin dito, it's jungle versus jungle. The Q has been hit coming from Lee Sin. Mukhang mapapaburn siya ng flash or maybe not because W is up for him and it saved his life indeed. Still 0-0 ang ating score dito, but many of the summoner's spell has now been burned.
Damn, the flash for Rafael Tulfo wasn't really enough because the gap was so wide between him and Ilra. I think the flash wasn't necessary to take down Ilra as well. So I think it was too much for Rafi Tulfo to engage in. But in a few minutes, we would see the dominance of Rafi Tulfo as now Easy LP now engages inside. But Rafi Tulfo says otherwise. This pursuit and piercing light combo takes down a chunk of health from Easy LP. He's not able to do anything from that because he burnt down the Counter-Strike right now.
Well, yes, pero tingnan natin dito, Oh my god, I thought there will be a fight coming onto the bot lane, and I think
Ayan na
it
po.
will do. Ayan na po, Nautilus is now engaging the Q
But-
coming from Nami. Is there the third skill, first skill is
Oh!
there. The nice knockback coming from Jarvan is there. Enlightened one is gonna grab the first blood. On the other hand, it is Rafi Tulfu poking Easy LP. At mukhang low health na si Easy LP dito. Mukhang kailangan niya mag-back and mag-TP pabalik.
Another denied wave for Easy LP. Not he was having a hard time sustaining from the burst damage coming in from Rafi Tulfo. As meanwhile, La Flame is now low, but here comes the counter initiation coming in from TUP Visayas as Ilva runs away from the safeguard onto the Nami. But that was an amazing display of trading coming in from the bot lane gang from between Exup and Enlightened One, using all the hard CC they can to get the kill secured onto Love You, no? Because as we all know, once we have a lead onto the AD carry, mahirapan na mag-scale yan. Sobrang lambot yan. And walang forms of escape si Ashe. So when you're taking down a carry, take it down early game para mahirapan siya mag-scale. As long as he doesn't get the shutdown gold, it would be a good fight.
Oh,
no?
nice.
Here
Nice
comes
po.
Here comes an engage coming from Mugiwara Yasi. Levi is now low on health and as well as mana. Ira misses down the resonating strike, but he rip walks to kill down Levi. Ira re-engages, but he flashes away to dodge any sonic wave. But that was an amazing kill coming in for Mugiwara.
Well, yeah, it is indeed a great kill coming from Mugiwara. But right now in the top lane, it's Rafi Tulfo. Once again, harassing Easy LP. The calling is there, but not good enough to get a kill onto Easy LP. Nautilus, the sticker is there, 2-0 in our kill. Pero, napadpad yung mata ko sa comment section kanina. A flash, question mark. That flash was actually to predict the flash of Ashe para mag-proc pa rin yung airborne and still get the kill. Pero, unfortunately for him, hindi nag-flash si Ashe doon. Pero, still, a pretty nice try. So, okay lang.
I think for me the flash. Because Cuddler was near to the area of Enlightened One. I think he was trying to knock up Cuddler as well using the flash, but Cuddler was so far away. He had enough time to reopen the gap between him and the jungler because I think that was the intended flash. But meanwhile, another mid lane duel between Mugiwara and Levi. He deals so much damage from the Cassidon right now. Taunts down to end the initiation right now. But he can easily burst down Levi inside of the turret if he wants to because he doesn't have the taunt right now. But it looks like it's going to be an engage. No engage coming in from the bot lane right now. 7 minutes in. 2,000 gold lead coming in. But a dredge line onto the minion is not going to do enough for the side of the bot. Oh, a BF for Exup. I think he intended that because he missed the dredge line, but here comes Mugiwara to do some ganking onto the bottom lane, and Easy LP is dealing nothing. He's just watching Rafi Tulfo dealing so much damage in front of him right now. And it looks like 3 members are now pushing into the bottom lane. Meanwhile, on the top lane, off-cam kill coming in from Exup to Cuddler right now, as the bot lane has now a significant lead, as well as the first dragon of Game 2.
Yes, the first dragon indeed. It's 3-0 in our kill board, and at least almost a 3k gold lead coming from the TP Visayas right now, and they'll be pushing the bottom lane para ma-deny ang CS dito ni Ashe. But little did they know na nagtatago lang pala talaga si Ashe sa gigilid-gilid. Pero tingnan natin kung ano nangyari sa ibang parte ng mapa, and I think tahimik na muna sila naglalaro and farming for themselves.
That was an amazing display of skill from the side of the bot lane as well as the jungler of TUP Visayas, able to get some bot prio to obviously secure the dragon, no? As Love You and Color are now having a hard time scaling into the mid game, as every member of TUP Visayas. A lot of burst damage coming in from Mugiwara. Chunks down the health of Levi. Going back to the bot lane. Enlightened One and Mugiwara is so good at roaming, and Exup is really good at initiating for them to deal some damage right now. And Easy LP, I think he's roaming down to the mid lane because the lane is now being pushed. He spots down the red buff. I think he's gonna take this, but I think this is going to be a fight. He's waiting for Ilra to take down the red buff to get some hits on him. But Enchanted Crystal Arrow hits down La Flame as he flashes away to get to the safety of his turret right now. He spots down Ilra, an injured Ilra, but a full health Enlightened One is now camping this one. He has an ult up. He now engages in with a Demacian Standard. He steals down the red buff. Here comes the heroic entrance from Levi. A lot of damage coming in from Enlightened One, but Levi flash another one for Rafi Tulfo. One more hit from a gun is going to take down Levi, but he's going to survive. Another piercing light will take down, but a flash counter strike for Easy LP. But inside of a turret, was stunned inside of a turret as Easy LP shuts down Rafi Tulfo.
Well, yeah, actually a nice trade coming from the Juice X Machina right there, getting the 2 kills on Enlightened One and Rafi Tulfo, getting the bounty. But right now the ultimate of Nautilus is now good as he stunned the Jax. The Jax is now dead, but Nami is here to save his life. But Kassadin is too good to be true as he engages once again. The stun is here, the airborne is here. Oh, the damage is so itchy. He almost killed Cutler right there, but still not enough damage to finish it off. Still 6-3 in our scoreboard, and a 1-1 trade on the follow-up flash on that one.
3,000 gold lead on TFP Visayas as a 1v1 situation on the bottom lane. LaFlame versus Love You. The AD carries are dealing so much damage as he killer instincts on LaFlame. One more hit will take it, but Love You is gonna run away.
Yes, and grabe naman yung happenings na nangyari, or rather the fights na nangyari all throughout the map. The Reef Herald is now on low health. Can they contest this one? And yeah, he saw it right now. He saw it. You can skill Q. No, it's not enough. But still, huwag niyo papakuhain yan, and Lee Sin is now dead. Rafi Tulfo got a kill for himself, but Love You on the other side of the map got a kill onto each other. Yes, both ADCs are now down, and Galio is now dead in the hands of Enlightened One. 9-4 in our scoreboard, and the Reef Herald is now... Wait, where is the Reef Herald? Okay, Reef Herald is on the Galio's hand, so... Actually, a pretty nice trade for me. Or maybe not, because it's a turret. Well,
Yeah,
it's a turret.
Sir Cyanide. Like, considering na baka malate pa yung pag-spawn ng Rift Herald ng Deus Ex Machina dito, because it took them a lot of people to die just to get the Rift Herald, no? But this was played for Mugiwara, thus stating na baka magkaroon pa siya ng item lead against Levi. On the bottom side, no, off-cam kill from each other, from Love You and LaFlame. Hindi natin nakita yung montage worthy sequence done. But that's okay because we were focused on casting what was happening on the Rift Herald pit. Because, oh my god, a double buff is now dissipated on the hands of Felder right now. But it looks like it's going to be an engage. Mobility boots was now crafted by Exup to get some significant initiations. Para magkaroon lang siya ng movement speed, no? Because movement speed is everything. Once you get enough movement speed, you can chase down anyone, or you can even engage onto some significant some really important champions.
Well, yeah, but still on the 4.5 gold lead right now. Exup is trying to reward some vision here and there, but I think it's a free Infernal Drake as Enlightened One uses ultimate to get a kill onto Galio. But right now, ang susunod na ay si Lee Sin. Ilra, what can you do? The TP coming from the top, and decided, oh my god, the four-man knockback is there. Kasama pa ang Nautilus ultimate, and Kassadin is here to finish things off. Mugiwara, and also the Lucian got the triple kill here and there. And what a nice flash coming from Rafi Tulfo. It's now 14-5 plus the Infernal Drake, and also the camps of the blue side will go to the TUP Visayas, and actually a nice flash coming from the TUP Visayas here.
Enlightened One waited this time to get the 4-man knockup from the Jarvan right there. That was beautifully played to set up the initiation damage from Mugiwara that costed his life, but it was totally worth it because it was Dragon, it was plates, it was gold, it was everything, Sir Cyanide. That was a beautiful play coming in for Enlightened One, as well as giving Rafi Tulfo the significant lead he has against his opposer right now.
Yeah. Pero tingnan natin kung anong mangyayari on the following match, or on the following minutes of the game. And the Rift Herald has now been spawned in the mid lane. Magagawa niya kaya maka-push or maybe just to deal some damage into the mid lane turret. I think wala na masyadong use yun since wala ng plates. Pero still good to deal some damage onto the turrets. Tingnan natin kung ano magagawa dito. Mugiwara has now been taunted by Galio. Nandito na nga si Ilrice going for the Q. The Q? Oh, it's not been hit. And
Here
right
comes.
now the Tisgil Q coming from Enlightened One. And Ilrice now dead in the hands of Mugiwara. At susunod na nga si Love. Or rather Levi. And iniwan na nga mag-isa dito sila Flame sa bot lane. What do you think is gonna happen here, Salvatore?
I think LaFlame is gonna do some good peel to at least wait for like the supports to help down LaFlame on the bot lane right now. He's holding his own as Xsup is now pinging on the bot lane. I think there's going to be a fight in the bottom lane. Terratinade, a really fast-paced man, is holding a really big dredge line right now. He's trying to engage inside dredge lines in Cuddler as he holds down Cuddler into an AFK status. LaFlame takes down Cuddler. What are the burst damage coming in from the bot lane? And meanwhile, on the top lane, an engage coming in from Easy LP. An amazing combo coming in from Ilra, but it's not going to be significant damage. 2 levels up against 2 members from TUP Visayas. A double kill secured by yours truly, Rafi Tulfo.
Well, actually, on that one, it is a 1v1 and 1v1. Hindi naman ganoon ka nagkaroon ng matter si Rafi Tulfo on the kill on Lee Sin kasi it's just a finishing kill or finishing hit. Pero I think both members of TP Visayas, Rafi Tulfo and Enlightened One has an advantage on their opposing role, which is si Ilra pati si Easy LP. Grabe yung damage rin in Enlightened One kay Ilra. Kung mapapansin mo man yun.
Yeah, definitely Sir Cyanide, no? Pero high 2 levels, no? Nakaroon pa sila ng significant damage. Meanwhile, an off-camp kill from Mugiwara to Cuddler. A 1v3 situation actually here from Mugiwara. He can rift walk away as he did to get some
the flash.
But damn, that was a almost close initiation for Xsup as he meets down Levi and Ilra as well. They're dealing so much damage against Levi. Levi is now running away. He takes down the dredge line to save Levi, but that's going to be the cost of his life for Ilra. A double kill for LaFlame as they're now closing down the health bar of Love You right now. Dredge lines Love You to secure the kill. Another kill for Mugiwara, and here comes Rafi Tulfo dealing so much damage. The culling, so easy, Rafi Tulfo, so easy. This man is amazing.
This game, or rather, this series is actually pretty dominating coming from TUP Visayas. I think sobrang confident talaga nila sa sarili nila and tinuloy-tuloy lang talaga nila yung tournament. But right now, Mugiwara is on low health. Well, yeah, he's gonna disengage using the deep walk. And they're 23-5 in our scoreboard. And actually at 14k gold lead. And I think sobrang hirap makabawi dito. Or rather, it's actually a miracle na para pag makakabawi sila dito.
Yeah, you said it right, Sir Cyanide, no? This is gonna be a hard time scaling for each carries, no? Jax is going to be a hard time kasi palagi siya nahuhuli. Love You doesn't have a form of escape, so that's why capitalize ng bot lane ni Xsup and LaFlame. Enlightened One spots down a ward inside of the jungle of Ilra, no? As he's now doing a pincher maneuver from 2 members of Exodus Machina. He spots down Love You. Love You flashes away to the fight. Arrows, Enlightened One to get some engage. A Cataclysm traps 3 members actually. Here comes the engage from Mugiwara. Whoa, a double at each kill from LaFlame and Mugiwara. Easy LP is now down. Easy LP has disconnected into the game. A double kill for LaFlame as it looks like Sir Cyanide, this could be the game.
Yes, I think this is a game. This is a GG. And Easy LP reconnected immediately. And ayun, grabe yung burst damage dito ni LaFlame. Nawala si Galio, which I said earlier na sobrang tanky. Pero ngayon, patay na naman rin ulit si Ilra. Ilra, who was the hard carry of the team on the past match. Wala nang nagawa ngayon. I think this is a GG. They can end this one, 28-6. And right now, LaFlame and Xsup is now running through the enemy's base. The counter strike is not good though, but still, pretty dominating match or series for the TUP Visayas.
An amazing display of sequence from the bot lane duo of La Flame and Exup. Three members of Deus Ex Machina was closing in on him, but the peeling for Exup and the damage for La Flame was enough to at least take down Love You in that sequence, as the blue team is now on Soul Point with a 29-6 kill lead, a 22,000 gold lead, I should say, from the side of TUP Visayas. They are now closing this game with a lot of leads in their bag as Mugiwara spots down Ilra. Ilra flashes away with a safeguard as well. Here comes Rafi Tulfo. He is legendary right now. He deserves that legendary. Meanwhile, here comes Levi just for Rafi Tulfo to secure the kill as well. Are we going to see a quadra kill? Hopefully, a triple kill for Rafi Tulfo. He's going to engage on Cuddler, but the Aqua Prison stops his initiation right now. Rafi Tulfo is greedy. The tower is doing nothing on the life bar on Rafi Tulfo. But La Flame bursts down. Love You, as this is the closing moments of TUP Year Games 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have your unanimous champions of the Rift right now, as TUP Visayas is closing on the Nexus turret number 1, as they're now closing into the Nexus turret number 2 as well, with Shelly on the base right now. They have dominated the series. Congratulations to TUP Visayas.
What a one-sided match coming from TUP Visayas, managing to finish off the last game of the tournament within at least 20 minutes. Hindi pa nga nag 21 minutes at tapos na agad nila, and actually pretty one-sided as I said earlier. And I think I would like to congratulate the TUP Visayas for winning this match, and they showed a pretty great match for themselves, or rather for the viewers. So just take that a prize for yourself. So madami pa kayong makikita in the future tournament. So I think that's it. Tingnan natin yung damage dealt dito. I think, oh no, Casadin is now on top of the charts. Grabe, 18k ang damage dealt dito ni Casadin. So, wala na ako masasabi dun. Super one-sided lang talaga nung tournament, or rather, that series. So, in terms of prizes, I would like to just say kung magano, or rather makukuha ng prize ng team na nanalo. So, for the first place, ang makukuha ng first place is 1,000 RP. Is this H? Wait, let me just ask. Yes, I think this is H. 1,000 RP each player. For the second placer, they will get a 500 RP each player. And for the third and fourth placers, they will get a 250 RP for themselves. Pero yun nga, Salvatore, what can you say about the tournament?
The tournament was really, really nice, no, Sir Saineda. TUP Visayas showed their dominance from quarterfinals up to finals. Each team had a member that shined throughout the tournament. We see Melon shine through Lamok. We see Rafi Tulfo was the difference maker for TUP Visayas. Everyone had their place in the game. Everyone showed their skill. At the end, the Titans conquered everyone. TUP Visayas convincingly won the tournament for their alma mater and as well as for themselves. This was a really good game to show to showcase TUP Visayas' skill when it comes to playing League of Legends, and I for myself as a viewer was astonished by it.
Well, yes, pero I think may na-ready na Brad dito, or rather the conclusion of the tournament, if nakita ni Boss Director. I think mamaya niya ipapakita yan. Pero ayun, I think I would like to congratulate both teams on finishing off the tournament. So, I think that's it for the tournament. So, please keep in touch with the TUP Gear page, and also USG, or rather the college's page, para makita niyo yung mga tryouts nila for the upcoming event. And also, please support the Gearhawks team bukas, since may laban sila sa Acad Arena. So, wala na tayo may sasabihin. May sasabihin ka pa ba, Salvatore?
Nothing much, no, Sir Cyanide. I want to thank you, my classmates and batchmates. No, not batchmates, blockmates, for tuning in from the start of the stream up to the end of the stream to support TUP Gear as a whole organization. I would like to thank each and every single one of them, as well as to my Discord friends that watched throughout the games, just to astonish some really good League of Legends. No, I want to shout out everyone that viewed the game. I applaud you all for tuning in and staying. No, thank you guys for making for inspiring us, or even motivating us to continue up to this day.
Well, thank you indeed. And hindi pa dyan nagtatapos ang mga events ng TUP Gear. Sabi ko nga kanina, please follow the page of TUP Gear para mapanood nyo pa, or rather maging updated kayo sa mangyayari sa mga ganap ng TUP Gear. And pag wala na tayong sasabihin, maraming salamat sa panonood. It is I once again, Cyanide, and at my side is Salvatore, and we'll be signing off.
Bye guys. Bye.